great Biafrans and lovers of freedom, and every other person in this planet that is hearing my voice. This is Radio Biafra Hausa service coming to you through the auspices of Radio Biafra London. My name is Mazi, Johnathan Chinedu from Olo province of Biafra land. We are live and direct today, being the 24th day of November in the year of our Lord Anno Domini 2020. I urge each and every one of you hearing my voice through FM, through satellite, and through our app, Ipob Community Radio, to welcome your friends and well-wishers and siblings, even your enemies, to today's edition of Radio Biafra Hausa service. Our leader is the indefatigable Mazi Nnamdi Okuchukwu Kano, who has sacrificed everything in order to make sure that we are redeemed as a people, because we have been on the path of perishing, I must say. Until this time around, the awareness is being created. Before I go on, please let us listen to this announcement.
Announcement. There will be 3 days fasting and prayer for IPOB and Biafrans worldwide, from Sunday 29th of November to Tuesday 1st of December 2020. The theme is binding the wounds of our brethren in Obibo genocidal war in November 2020 by the murderous Nigerian army. Also presenting the life of Biafrans and our great leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before our Father God, Chukwokike Abiyama. Taken from Hosea chapter 6 verses 1 to 3 and Jeremiah chapter 30 from 10 to 17. The duration of fast, you fast according to your capability. Chukwokike Abiyama will surely hear and answer us. He said, you will get the details of the scriptures and prayer points from the zonal and the unit coordinators, prepared by Evangelist Isaac Nwokike, Pastor Frederick Nwohia, and Pastor Chris Wise. Signed by Mazi Oscar Okeke, the head of Religious Affairs Committee, IPOB. Shalom, Omo Chineke.
We must continue. This is Radio Biafra Hausa service coming to you through the auspices of Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Johnathan Chinedu from Olo province of Biafra land. Today is the 24th day of November in the year of our Lord 2020. That is Tuesday. Therefore, we have come once again live and direct in order to speak the truth apolitically, without being or trying to be politically correct about it. That is the characteristics, the main characteristics of this hallowed platform. Therefore, I urge you, if you are a lover of truth, please, this platform belongs to you. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter the tribe you belong. It doesn't matter your country, because truth has no country, has no color. Truth is irreducible. Truth is scientific. Truth is absolute. And that is what we project here, so that we shall be telling ourselves the truth. And that is why we are where we are today. Therefore, without wasting much time, as I am still waiting for my comrades to join me as soonest as possible, I will proceed by committing this hallowed platform to the hands of the God of our ancestors, our Father in heaven, the creator of the whole universe. We have once again gathered in your name in this hallowed platform in order to do the needful, in order to expose the lies, the secret lies that have been hidden from people, in order to tell the truth, to enlighten, in order to surgically operate the brains of people and remove darkness from it, because that is the problem of black race, the problem of the so-called Nigerians, the people that inhabit that quagmire called Nigeria. The problem they have is in brain. Therefore, I come again today in your name, committing our leader, the indefatigable Mazi into your care. We have many things that are against us, but in everything we are more than conquerors. Therefore, as this platform is established by you directly through our leader, I pray, because light and darkness can never be comparable. Darkness can never heal down light, because light always conquers. Light shines in darkness, and darkness will never comprehend it. Therefore, we are fighting a very monstrous war in order to change the mindset of our people, in order to make them to understand the reality, in order to start thinking that we're human beings, in order to make sure that they embrace enlightenment. It is a very tedious job, very monstrous in nature, but you are the God of our ancestors. You are the God that even brought Moses during the time when the Israelites thought that everything was over, that no more redemption in their path, but you brought up somebody in order to show them that you are the God of their ancestors. The same thing that is happening to us today, whereas many people could not even understand and apprehend it. Therefore, but we understand that this is a very divine movement that is unshakable, that nothing can ever quench. We don't have money, but we are wealthy. Father, our detractors, our enemies have everything at their disposal. But lo and behold, there is one thing they lack. That is Chukwokikabiama. Therefore, you are our joy. You are our pride. And that is why we are proceeding. No matter whatever that is in our front, we destroy it and move ahead. This platform, the listeners, we the principal officers, everybody, every indigenous person of Biafra, and all other lovers of freedom, give us victory, because victory will be ours. Thank you, Chukwukabiam, for in your mighty name I have prayed. You say, once again I welcome each and every one of you to today's edition of Radio Biafra Hausa service, coming to you through the auspices of our mother station, Radio Biafra London. I urge you to please inform your friends and well-wishers even your siblings and your enemies, notwithstanding, in order to draw nearer to your listening devices. Because this is where you hear the truth that you can never hear in any other mainstream media. And I urge you to also come draw nearer with a dose of common sense. Because without common sense, you cannot understand what we are doing here. Without common sense, you can never appreciate what we are saying here. Therefore, it doesn't matter the way we say it. It doesn't matter our tone. What matters is the substance of what we are saying. Because why black Africans, black race is disrespected all over the world is something of great concern to everybody. Should be of great concern to everybody. That is why we are saying everything with alacrity. That is why we are doing what we are doing in order to liberate the trigger of Africa, that is Biafra, in order to liberate every other nations that are being touched in that dungeon we call Nigeria. Because Nigeria shouldn't be in the first place. It is an artificial creation. Lo and behold, Britain understand that children of light are occupying that place. That is why they came and made sure that they inflict or they impose darkness. But there is one thing that we should understand, that no matter what, that darkness will never cover the light. And at the darkest parts, or in a very pitch darkness, that is where light shines brightest. You understand what I'm saying? That is why we are trying here to open the eyes of people to whom it may concern, for you to understand that we should take our position in the world stage, because black race is being looked as slaves everywhere. It doesn't matter whether you are a black American, a black Australian Aborigine, whether you are from Trinidad and Tobago, it doesn't matter whether you are a black from Indonesia, any part of the world you are. The same eye they look Africans or sub-Saharan Africans, that is the same thing they look onto all black race. It doesn't matter your nationality. That is why we are trying in order to liberate ourselves. Because the pride of every black race will be at least a nation, an indigenous nation in Africa, that will start showcasing that they are also human beings by the way they govern themselves, the way they are productive, and the way they conduct themselves as a people. That is when you see that black race will be respected. And that is what we are trying to do. So that when you hear our voice here on Radio Biafra, do not think that it is all about Biafra or Igbos. It concerns you. Because the problem we are having is ignorance. The main problem we are having is ignorance. Ignorance. That was the problem the Europeans had during the Dark Ages. But at the time, they started subjecting everything to reason, because that is the highest thing you can do as a human being. Subjection of every thought, every conduct to reason. No more to superstition. Today in Nigeria, people are going back to the Dark Ages. Superstition. Superstition and superstition. And that is why the criminals we call politicians in Nigeria are doing everything, looting with impunity, because nobody holds them to accountable or to accountability. Do you understand that? Nobody held them to accountability. Because according to Albert Einstein, He said that it is not evil people that will destroy the world, but it is the good people that keeps quiet when evil is happening. That is the thing. These are the people that will destroy the world. When impunity reigns supreme, with everybody keeping quiet out of fear, selfishness, anything you can think about. In Nigeria today, people are suffering, whereas the politicians, the criminals we wrongly refer to as politicians, are having a heyday. That is why they want to continue maintaining the status quo. I want to read you something, please, before I continue. This is not my submission, but it's just a digression for you to understand. Listen, the Nigerian senators are the most expensive in the world. They receive the highest, the biggest salary in the world. I will read to you. Let me give you an example of other senators. When you hear, they will tell you that this is senators, you never go to governors. You never go to ministers, commissioners, all of them. Just senators. Do you know that senators in Sri Lanka, they receive $5,100 as annual pay, their annual salary. Listen again. Senators' annual pay worldwide. Let me start by Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka receives 5,000 every senator each yearly. I'm talking about yearly, annual, per annum. They receive $5,100 per year. Now, in order for you to understand how much they receive per month, divide 5,100 by 12. Now you'll be understanding. You will know how much they take. Just senators. Sri Lanka. In Malaysia, where you have many Nigerians trying to make a living, their senators are receiving $25,300 per annum each year, yearly. It's not monthly, yearly. I don't know whether you understand. But in Malaysia, you have 247 electricity. In Malaysia, you have development. That is why our people are going there. Instead of being deported, they prefer to jump from 10th floor and die instead of being arrested to face deportation back to Nigeria. But their senators are receiving $25,300 every year, yearly, which means their monthly payment is just 2,000, over 2,000, just 2,100 or something like that, or not up to 2,100, just little over $2,000 monthly. So their annual salary is 25,300. Spain, that people are dying in Mediterranean Sea, in deserts, to go to. Their senators receive $43,900 per annum, yearly. Ghana, their senators receive $46,500 yearly. Ghana. You see the reason why you send your children to school in Ghana? Do you see the reason why at least they are progressing? Do you see the reason why they even want you to take Nigerians out? They deal with you to go back to your quagmire and build a civilization. Saudi Arabia is receiving, their senators receive $64,000 yearly. Saudi Arabia. They have equivalent of senators in Saudi Arabia. That is what they receive, $64,000 yearly. France, they have senators, they receive $85,000 $85,900 yearly. This is where people go and seek asylum and they receive social benefits, everything. Their senators receive $85,900 yearly. South Africa their senators receive per year $104,000. $104,000, South Africa. Britain receives $105,400. Their senators, that is parliamentarians. Germany, they receive $119,500. That is Germany. Canada, their senators receive $154,000 per year. And then United States receive $174,000 per annum, each senator. Now, do you know what? Nigeria senator, do you know what? Each of them receives per year 2,183,685 naira per year. Do you understand? A Nigerian senator, they break records. 2 million, that is dollars, so 2,183,685 per year, each senator. That is why they want the status quo to continue. That is why any person, any protest in order to change things positively, they are ready. They can hire their thugs. Each of them have their thugs they pay. They can pay them and bring them, give them cons. That is why they can kill. Their police can kill. Police protecting them can kill at will, no problem. You don't see about the policeman attached to Bata Biamila. He shot and killed a newspaper vendor, and that is it. Because they are protecting their selfish interests. You think they are there for you? Look at America, the most powerful country in the world. Their senators receive $174,000 per year, each senator. But in Nigeria, listen, each senator receives $2,183,685 per year. Do you see the reason why you don't have electricity? Do you see the reason why they use military, they use police to kill any person that talks? And do you see the reason why everybody must rise up? These evil people, they have a basic salary, BS, of 2 million naira, 2,484,245 naira, 50 kobo. They have what you call hardship allowance. They have constituency allowance. They have newspapers allowance. They have wardrobe allowance. They have recess allowance. They have accommodation. They allowance also. They have utilities allowance. They have domestic staff allowance. They have entertainment allowance, personal assistance allowance, vehicle maintenance allowance, which is even more than the salary. They have leave allowance. They have severance gratuity, which is 3 times more than the salary, the basic salary. They have car allowance, which is four times more than 4 times the basic salary. Do you understand? This is why these people, they don't want to give up. This is why when they come, they tell you how they love Nigeria. Do you see the reason why they tell you all these things? They lie to you. They lie to you, and you take it. Whereas the minimum wage, it was 18,000 naira, but some people, some places, I think they have increased it to 30,000 naira. What is a bag of rice, the cost of a bag of rice? This is the main reason why you should rise up as a Nigerian youth. This is the reason why you shouldn't have stopped from this revolution that you started. Because you don't know what the things you are trying to change. You didn't know. Here we are exposing everything, exposing the lies. We want to make sure that you as a Nigerian citizen, so to say, a Nigerian youth, instead of praising and hailing these politicians, these evil and wicked criminals you call politicians, you stone them, you kill them. If you understand what the way they are putting your life, keeping your lives miserable, you should rise up and tear them into pieces. It doesn't matter how many are they, how many military do they have. Do you know that Nigerian police is just 400,000? Nigerian police. Out of that 400,000, 200, half of it, 200,000 is meant for the protection of Nigerian politicians and the corporate offices. Shell and all of them. Half of it. Imagine senators, imagine governors and former governors, senators and former senators, imagine director generals of federal government parastatals and former ones. Imagine governors, house of assemblies and former ones, chairmen of local governments. Imagine how the budget, Nigeria budget, imagine how much goes to them every year to service all these people. They just plan Nigeria, breathe and tell them, look, just make sure that you service and satisfy yourselves, so that they hold everybody hostage. You people don't understand the mess we are in. Everybody's in. You don't understand. If you understand, everybody will rise up with one mind. It doesn't matter whether you are Yoruba, Hausa, anything. As far as you are among the masses, a non-politician, I'm telling you, you rise up, you kill these people. They make your life so miserable. Do you know that Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world? Poor people in Nigeria, the population is more than the poor people in China and India combined together. Do you know the population of China? 1,400,000,000 and something million. India is 1,300,000,000 and something million. But their poor people, China and India combined together. Nigeria poor people, Nigeria that has a population of 200 million, their poor people is more than those of China and India combined together. And you are calling yourself a human being in Nigeria. Can't you think about your life? Won't you just for once think about your life and remove this bias against Biafra or Ipob or this and that, and think about your life and say, look, what these people are saying, how? Just research and find out the truth about it. Because whatever we say here, it is a fact. We dish out facts to you. Whatever you do with the facts is up to you. But I am urging you in order to use it in a positive way. When you hear all these people, politicians, they are coming on television telling you how you should be a good Nigerian. No, don't make trouble. Be a law-abiding. Love Nigeria. The unity of Nigeria is non-negotiable. We support one Nigeria. Oh, this and that Nigeria. Oh, these are the reasons. Each person, each of them collect a salary for 1 month. That up to more than 100,000 people of basic salary cannot collect in 1 month. This is the Nigeria you are talking about. As my comrade never joined me because I would have loved him to make his presentation first, but in the absence of that, we must continue. We must continue. I will continue by making my normal reiterations or remarks. Please stop calling or referring these people as the Hausa Fulani. There is nothing like Hausa Fulani as a race or as a tribe or as an ethnicity or as a nation, as you may call it. What you have are the Hausa and the Fulani as different tribes. I want you to understand that. The Hausas are a very hard-working people. They are a majority. What I mean by majority, they have very big population. About 500 years back, the Hausas had a very vibrant civilization, whereby they were productive. They manufacture things like textile, coloring them with different bright colors. You know, Arabs, they love wearing bright colored clothes. So the Hausas, they export all these clothes, most of all these clothes, exporting them to other countries, other kingdoms, as you may refer them at that time. They also manufacture musket, that is old corn, then corn. The time when many people, many races never even know what is gunpowder. They use bows and arrows, but the Hausas, they manufacture guns at that time. What the Hausas achieved 500 years back, Nigeria can never achieve it now in the 21st century. And during the course of the trade between the Hausas and other Arab countries and Songhai Empire, Mali empires and all the rest, even Ghana Empire, they came face to face with Islam and they accepted Islam, many of them. That was 11th and 12th century to 13th century. The Hausas have been Muslims, and peaceful one for that matter. They have been Muslims, living side by side and in peace with their siblings that were non-Muslims, until the advent of the Fulani in West Africa and in Hausa land. And the history of the Fulani presence in Hausa land started recently, only in 1804, during the time of the rise of one Ottoman Danfodio, that is called an Islamic preacher. That is it. The Hausa king Yufa, he made a very deadly mistake by allowing this man to start preaching or teaching his people in the king's yard, where people gather. They always come for the king to give them judgment. So there are always people waiting every time. Now Ottoman Danfodio took that opportunity, distorting the mindset of the Hausas, telling them that their leader, destroying their heads, turning them to be rebellious against their kings, telling them that their king is very corrupt, that he was not a good Muslim. If he's a good Muslim, they shouldn't have non-Muslims living side by side with them. They should conquer and kill them. And before the king will realize what was happening, it was too late. The Hausa peasants, many Hausas will have been turned against themselves. And the king Yusfa expelled Ottoman Danfodio. When he ran away, many Hausa peasants followed him, and other people, they followed him, even nobles. He organized them. Only one Fulani, organizing myriads of Hausa. they started fighting against themselves, with Hausa fighting against themselves. After they killed King Hausa, Ottoman Danfodio took over. And he executed, he slaughtered the whole Hausa nobles that will rise up against him. And took the reign of power. The first thing he did was to change the name of Gobe, which was the original Hausa name for Sokoto. He changed it into Sokoto till today and imposed an emir, the Sadwana of Sokoto, that is in charge till date. Go and study history. That is why I challenge the Hausas. If you are hearing my voice, ask questions, please. Ask questions to your people. Since that time, they held, the Fulanis held the house as a hostage. They didn't end there. They initiated this Almajiri system. This Almajiri system is the continuation of the enslavement, turning the people into direct street beggars, mostly Hausas and other ethnicities in the north, turning them into beggars so that they cannot never rise up in life till the end of this world, that they will never rise up. They will continue being slaves. Do you understand that? They took them very young, put them to their Malam, who is a Fulani. There the Malam will brainwash them into believing that the Fulani are their superiors. That anywhere they see a Fulani person, they should respect him, because they lied to them that the Fulanis brought Islam to Hausa, which is a lie from the pit of hell. What the Fulani brought is confusion, this jihadism. The Hausa didn't know about it until the advent of Ottoman Danfodio. Even before Hausa land, the Fulani, they fought jihad. When they entered even Mauritania to Senegal, where they took us, renamed it Futatoro till death. They cause anywhere they go, they cause confusion. Down to Futajelon, the land of the Jalonki, and they renamed it Futajelon till death. Do you understand? So, as an Hausa person, you should ask questions about this. Why are they referring to you as Hausa Fulani? It is to make you to feel that you are the same, you and the Fulani are brothers or the same. It is not true. They use this name to cheat you, because you are more populous you are more populous. Your population is very great, whereas the Fulani, you are very tiny. So what they did is to wrap around the houses, so that when they answer this name Hausa Fulani, any person like the Southerners, like we the Southerners, when we see an Hausa man, we call him Hausa Fulani, thereby bloating, artificially increasing the population of the Fulani, which they are not. They use the Hausas at will. Till today, they turn them into street beggars. Please stop answering this name Hausa Fulani. It is a very deceitful lie from the pit of hell. And also, let us do the right thing, because we also, the Southerners, we have been naive. When you see somebody from Plateau State, you call him Hausa Fulani. It is lie. Stop doing this. There are many more ethnicities in northern Nigeria than in south. You don't know that? How can you see an Igoma, you say it's an Hausa Fulani? You see a TV man, you say it's an Hausa Fulani? You are increasing their number. I mean the number of the Fulani. What you are doing, even these people, all these other tribes, they don't like it. But they cannot talk, because they are highly afraid. They are afraid, I'm telling you. They are afraid. But here we kill that fear. We try to remove that fear. That fear. That is it. Do you understand? Because this is where do you know that? Let me say this on air. This our brother that talks to us the other day. The Do you know that they have been sending him death threats? Even people in the north. Do you know that? The brother that talked to us the other day. I didn't want to say it, but I have to. Because he's a known person. So they have been sending him, telling him that they will kill him if he talk again. You don't know what is happening. Because these people, they go with intimidation. That if he come enter into this Biafra, start talking, even his own people, politicians are calling him, threatening him, that they will just slaughter him. For you to understand what we are in as a people, as indigenous population. So that when you are joking, you think you are joking, you think what you are doing is only on the Facebook, on social media, freedom fighting. People's lives are at risk all the time because of freedom. You don't understand that. So that you should be serious. What you are doing is a matter of life and death. It's not about drinking tea in the parlor and giving out statement. No. This is a serious business. So that before you do anything, you think twice about people's lives. People that cannot even sleep in their houses, as I'm telling you. People that have lost their loved ones. Children that have been orphaned. Women that have been widowed, and men that have been widowed. Do you understand? Let us do the right thing, because we are in a serious business here. This is not a joke. This is not about your personality. We don't care. I don't care about your personality. What we need is freedom. Because according to our leader, we are all dead. Tell Mama to ask him, what do you think about your life? If anything happens to you, the risk you are taking. He said, I am dead already. I am dead already. The only thing that can bring us to life is Biafra, nothing more. How can you be alive? How can you say you are alive and all the time you are kneeling down begging? How can you say you are alive? You cannot be given your dues. What you made it, you cannot be given it in your own country. Instead, you have to run away. When you go to diaspora, you see every one of us, you see, oh, we are doing very well. Because of the system there, the presidents of all those countries and the prime minister, they are not from Igbo land, neither from Biafra. But the policies they put together make us to sprout, so that the sky becomes our limit. But in our own land, we cannot attain anything. And you are telling us that we are alive. You are joking with our lives, that the future, we are joking with our future. Is that what you're telling me? This is a serious business, for goodness sake. Today I'm going to talk on this topic. The topic of my submission today is simply say discipline. The discipline, that is what I'm going to talk about today. This topic of my submission, it says discipline. Many people will talk about discipline without even understanding it. Let me the simple definition of discipline is the practice of training people to obey rules or code of behavior, using punishment to correct disobedience. This is the basis of development in a country. Basis of development. For people to be disciplined in order to obey rules. If you disobey rules, now the appropriate punishment will be given to you. That is it. Because when there is no discipline, there will be disorder everywhere. That is what is happening in Nigeria. People are above the law. It depends on who you know. Your father is this, or your uncle, or you know this, or you know this person is your. Now you become indisciplined because you become above the law. Because only one phone call, it doesn't matter what you commit. Only one phone call, the person, they say order from above, leave that person. It doesn't matter what he committed. It doesn't matter whether they see human head in the boot of his car. leave him. And that is the order from above. That is indiscipline. That is why today I want to talk about discipline, because that is the basis of a country's development and progress. You know, discipline brings stability and structure into a person's life. If there were no discipline, people would do whatever they wanted and make mistakes without putting the consideration of others first and foremost. You know, because in discipline you put the consideration of others. Discipline subdues selfishness. As far as you are fighting for a general cause. Discipline subdues your selfish desire. Do you understand that? It promotes good human behavior to better society and make it a more enjoyable place for everyone to live. That is why countries are developed and called developed countries, because people obey the rule. People are forced by the law to obey the rule. Yesterday I played a clip by late Jerry Rollins. Oh my man, may his soul rest in peace. He said we are voting, he was telling Ghanaians that we are voting people in, voting them out. But he wants to set up a system whereby even if it is demon Satan that enters that position, that there will be a process and procedure that will make people hold him accountable for all his deeds. Accountability. It goes with discipline. But in Nigeria there is nothing like that, because everybody it depends on who you know. That is why the southeastern governors, all of them are just like male harlots. They prostitute themselves. All of them. The politicians, all of them, they are serving one Fulani master or the other. All of them. So that they will belong. So that they can get away with different things. They will be protected by their Fulani godfathers. That is what happened. What is happening? They are not accountable to the people. Now, in that country, in a place like that, how do you think that you'll be voting people in, voting people out? Oh, well, you continue voting. They are doing it in their own way. Everything is. I told you, I read you about the remunerations of the Nigerian senator that receives salary that is even more than 200%. Of that American counterpart. Do you understand it? So, I am talking about discipline today. I want to say something about this discipline a bit. Discipline is a concept everyone is aware of, but few truly understand. The most successful people in life exert discipline on a daily basis. It is vital to everything, every living being, and without it, the world around us would be chaos. To be a great and inspiring leader, listen here. To be a great and inspiring leader, you must constantly display restraint. Not giving into something you truly want is a sign of strength. Do you understand what this thing means? As a leader, you should even inconvenience yourself in order to make sure that you satisfy the people. That is a leadership. Not giving into something you truly want is a sign of strength. It is not a sign of weakness. You know, there is one thing I saw the other day. You know, the president of Peru, I think, is it Peru? Yes, he resigned. You know why? Because people were protesting and somebody was, I think, killed by the police. And he had to resign. People were protesting against the president on the street. And whether tear gas or anything by mistake, one of the protesters were hurt and killed. One person in a country. And the man simply resigned. That is leadership. He said, my staying in office here doesn't worth, the blood of any person. That blood is thicker than my pleasure here, my being here in this office. That is not. If people die there, now who am I going to lead? Do you know in the comment section, one Fulani man, he was calling the man that the man is very weak. Only because of one person died that he resigned. I will laugh. I laugh. I say, look at human being. Look at. Do you see the people we say we should stay together? The way they see things and the way we see things is opposite. It's not only different, but it's opposite. How are you going to convince him? That kind of person. He will be telling you that no, Islam says that you have to rule with a rod, so that any person that you kill the person. But you will tell him that no, life is sacrosanct. But he will tell you that no, as far as you don't, because they are living, they are going by the strategy of Ottoman Danfodio, which he laid in place for them. That a Muslim country should be a Muslim ruled by a Muslim leader, and the people will be moving without question, just like the way they rule cows. If any cow is misbehaving, going one the other direction, they hit him with rod. That is the way they want you to do. You understand? So, this is very funny how you can convince that kind of that person. He made me to think how to remember that it's not easy. It's not going to be for us to continue being together with opposing value systems. Do you understand what I mean? Now, as I was talking, discipline. Making the right decision in life can make or break you, and this type of person tends to make the right decision. Regardless of where you exert this self-restraint, it will help to promote achievements in your life. It's talking about discipline. Listen. The discipline is the main cardinal rule that controls bodies, objects, and phenomena in this world today. Everything is moving normal. That is discipline, because when you throw something up, it must come down. If you throw an object up, it continues flowing up, which means there is disorder. Things are no more disciplined. That is the same way to we human beings. Discipline is what makes a country or a people civilized. Because without discipline, you can never get civilization. Never. Without discipline, you can never achieve civilization. That is one thing the Europeans, the secret they don't want to tell you, they don't want to expose to Africans. Instead, with the primitive nature of Africans, they impose their election type of democracy to Africa. So that every 4 years Africans will be fighting against themselves on election. As far as somebody win, declare it doesn't matter how many people die. I was listening to one news channel. They were talking about people that died in Kenya election 2007 I think 2007 or 2008. More than 1,000 people. Do you know in Africa the way they take life just numbers. That is how Africans are descended. How low they take Africans, and the same way we take ourselves. Very low. How many people died? They say no, it's only 112. Europeans say anyway, it's not plenty. Because after all, they are doing killing killing each other in Africa is good for Europe because it reduces the African population, and they love it. They love it. The same way that Europe and Britain was, had it been is not this NSAS protest, we wouldn't have known, the public wouldn't have known that it is the British that have been sponsoring SARS, paying everything for them to kill, for them to, to slaughter people. Today they are doing lip service. And we have to sanction because they have been warned to, they have to do something to make the world know that they are doing something in Nigeria. Oh, we are going to how do you say it? We are going to do something against the SARS killers. We are going to sanction them. They are just doing something in order to make people to understand, see that, oh, anyway, their owner, their creator is doing something. So they will continue talking all this rubbish, busy doing nothing, until everybody forgets, because they know Nigerians are, they are like chickens. They forget very easy. But we are IPOB. Do not forget, I'm talking about discipline today. When you see them doing all these things, doing all this propaganda, oh, British Parliament, they are debating on sanctioning Nigeria government, this and that, oh, this. Now the youths will be watching, okay. If they want to come out today, they say, no, you don't see what you are doing in the Parliament, in British Parliament. Just keep quiet, don't come out again. We take care of everything, don't worry. We are taking care of everything. And they will continue that cinema. I call it cinema, film. Everybody now will be put back to slumber and sleep. That is a strategy. I'm telling you. If Nigerian youths rise, if they rise and continue what they are doing, even Britain will not be there trying to play all this cinema they are doing. I call it cinema. Yes. Yes, because the youths, the Nigerian youths would have taken care of everything by themselves. By now, all these politicians, none of them will be anywhere to be found. Where will the Britain? Who will they be sanctioning? Britain didn't know that the Nigerian senators are receiving salaries above every other senator in the world by more than 200%. The highest salary in America. America receives 170 something thousand per annum. Nigeria receives $2 million plus dollars. They didn't know. Okay, Britain now they are sanctioned. They want to discuss about sanctioning. But why we are they sponsoring SARS? Why? Tell me. Do you know that Nigeria is in recession, the worst recession since 40 years now? But do you know what happened? Do you know that Britain, they were giving fake information that Nigeria has the highest growth, GDP growth, economic growth in Africa. That is what they give you fake sense of hope. That is their work. Because do you know why? Because Nigeria is their business. Nigeria is their business. Every time Nigeria opens a boy. That is what Britain wants. Obi is a boy. Okay, now is them discussing to sanction Nigeria, right? Oh, they sponsor SARS, okay. Because they cannot sponsor themselves, they cannot do anything by themselves, okay? Election time, they bring their monitors, okay, this is, okay. No matter some skirmishes, but everything is okay. Anyway, how many people killed? They say it's 518. Anyway, it's not plenty. Nigeria is 200 million, so 518 is nothing. It's good. The election, just monkeys, just sign it for them. It's good. BBC will carry it. It's very good election, this and that. That is how they took you, they take you. Because you are not disciplined enough to understand that you should be an equal human being with them. Do you understand it? And that is why you line up every day in European embassies, pay in order to go to their country. Because that is what they want you to be. And that is what you are. Because you are incapable of building a civilization. Do you understand that? That is lack of discipline. If you are disciplined enough, you wouldn't have even stopped this NSAS. Because you would have continued in what you are doing. If they bring this tribal confusion, tribal virus, you reject it. You focus. But you are not disciplined. Remember, I'm talking about discipline. Do you know in the Nigerian military? Let me tell you. In the Nigerian military, during the 1966 counter coup by the then Lieutenant Colonel Gowon, he took over office. He took over the head of state, which is not normal. When he went to Aburi with Ojukwu to sign, to discuss, to negotiate for restructuring that many people now are attacking and restructuring, you don't know that millions of people died for this restructuring. And you think it's easy, just come restructuring. And people will just agree and forget about millions of people that died. You will urinate on their graves and say, okay, let's restructure. Is that what you're saying? Ojukwu told Jack Gowon. He told him, he said, look, you shouldn't be the head of state of Nigeria. You shouldn't be. Because this is not your position. You have Obafemi Ogundipe, who was the general, who was the highest ranking official in the Nigerian army as of that time. So you should give him the office. Go on, look down on it and say, no, I've taken, it's okay, it's me. You usurp the power. Instead, he went and increased his office, military, he increased it. Against military rule. Do you know what Ojukwu told him? He said, today you have initiated the discipline in the Nigerian army. You know, when we talk, people with vision, when they talk, you laugh over it, you think that is a talk of a miscreant because of one thing or the other, because he don't want you to be there. But what is happening in the Nigerian military, the indiscipline that happened, that is today happening in Nigerian military, which everybody is talking, is crying. It started with Gowon. Ojukwu warned him, but he couldn't listen because he wanted to be there. He was running hair basket on our Fuka. He don't know that he's being used by the caliphate. He was being used. Today he is a prayer warrior. Thank God he's alive. I want him to live longer, so that he will be seeing the catastrophe he caused. That is why today you will see a general. You will see, look at all this Igbo military. You will see them brigadier general, major general, this and that general in the military. They are ordinary spokesperson. Ordinary spokesperson. Even ordinary lieutenant, a Fulani lieutenant, they comes and give them command. That is how bad it is in the Nigerian military. The same in the Nigerian police. Do you remember when one senator from, I think, is it Katsina, who was also a military officer, a police officer, lamenting on how police now is being, receiving their grades. How they increase their grades anyhow. From one thing they can jump over many grades, and because just like that, no more discipline. And how do you think that kind of country will succeed? It's impossible. People don't understand the importance of discipline, or people understand it. Let me tell you one thing. in 1948, when Israel was established newly, the modern Israel we are seeing today, David Ben-Gurion, he ordered attack against fellow Jews because of indiscipline. The Israeli Defense Forces, David Ben-Gurion ordered one ship. They call it Altalena affair. Those people, they call them Irgun, I-R-G-U-N. They fought also during in the war of liberation, in the whole thing they partook. But they want to do their thing their own way. But Ben-Gurion told them, look, all these things, because they sent one ship loaded with military hardware and people, troops from Europe down to Israel. Ben-Gurion told them, you have to be absorbed. You have to join the rank and command of IDF. And their leader said, no, we know how to do it our own way. How can you this and that? But Ben-Gurion said, if I didn't take a decisive action, Israel will be up in flames in the future. So let us stop sentiment. In building a country, restoration of a country, actualization of a country, there should be no sentiment. Discipline should be maintained. Do you know what happened? Ben-Gurion ordered a strike even against that ship in sea. In order, some people were sentimental. There was one pilot that even refused others. He said instead, let him be executed instead of him to kill a fellow Jew. He refused order, and he was arrested and court-martialed. They opened fire on that ship. They sink that ship. They killed many people. They think that there is sentiment. They say, this weapon that you are bringing, you put it under the command of the Israeli Defense Force, or no. The man said, no. The leader said, no. After all, we fight like you. We know what you know. So how can you command us? Ben-Gurion said, this thing don't pass Tom Bensilio. This man knows that what is discipline. You have to take the decision. And he took the very difficult decision without sentiment. He said, fire. Let these people kill all of them and sink that ship. They are Jews. People were awed. People were surprised. And they opened fire. And that is how the situation normalized. The man now said, okay, I surrender. The man was on the ground. He even entered the ship, which later sank. And not many people anyway died anyway. But the whole hardware were destroyed. And the man later surrendered with his people. Say, I surrender to Ben-Gurion. He said, yes, this is discipline. So, what am I saying? People don't understand the importance of discipline. Do you know what in Nigeria? Do you know? Let me tell you. Igbos are the most indisciplined race in that part of Nigeria. I'm telling you. Indiscipline even to themselves. To their cause, I should say. Indiscipline to their communal cause. Their common goal. They are indisciplined because everybody knows how to do it. Everybody, you have to disagree. Oh, why are you doing it like this? I can do it even more than you. We are the most undisciplined race in that quagmire called Nigeria, and that is why we are suffering. It's one of the main reasons we are suffering. And you know what? The Fulani, they know this. They start exploiting our indiscipline among ourselves to their advantage. You don't understand. I don't know how to explain this. Outsiders see this confusion and they start exploiting this our indiscipline. When you tell people no, don't eat cow, people will say, hey, who will tell you don't eat cow, Fulani cow? Who are you to command me? Even dead cows. Who are you to command me? People will do to indiscipline, they will go secretly, they buy dead cows, they don't know what killed it. They don't know what disease that killed the cow. And they buy it for the Fulani will meet them. No, it's good. It's natural. They think it's business. They buy it, Fulani will sell it to them very cheap, and they will buy it, slaughter it, butcher it, and start selling to people, thinking that they are smart. These are the most undisciplined human beings to their cause. Do you know why the Fulani tribe, why the progresses over others? Because they are highly disciplined. They exhibit maximum discipline to their collective cause. Why we Biafrans or Igbos in particular exhibit the highest level of selfishness, indiscipline, and lack of cohesion to the collective cause, to our collective cause. But this is why IPOB is here to lead the way on discipline without sentiments, because our collective interest, because of our collective interest and progress, because it is at stake. Because Nigeria exploits and profits most on our indiscipline to our detriment. Why are you shouting every time we come? People come back home. Why is it that the Abba is just a dustbin? We are living there. But we go to Sungeri, we develop everywhere. But Abba is a dustbin. Look at Onisha everywhere. But we go outside and it's developed. We exhibit development. But in our own land, it's underdeveloped. Because everybody knows knows everything more than everybody. No discipline. Do you know the main thing that we need? If Biafra is restored, people will die. Let me tell you, the first few weeks, months, if not years, people will die, because we need to install discipline in the head of everybody. Discipline. Don't go there and you don't go. If you go, you'll be arrested and judged. If it is 10 years, they give you. If it is a life, they give you, because of lack of discipline. People don't understand what indiscipline causes. We are seeing it everywhere. People disrespect, people disrespect people because they are indisciplined. Because any person can find one way or the other, one excuse or the other. One excuse or the other, in order to be indisciplined, in order to do your thing like, your own way. Yes, you say, no, we are Republicans. Come on. Stop. If without discipline, you are Republicanism, it's just like a monkey's Republicanism. I'm telling you. It doesn't matter how you take it. That is the truth. This situation of every time one person or the other way, once they become what do you call it? Disillusion. Will I use the word disillusion? Or angry with one thing or the other. They will go, I will do my thing, this and that. Because they can do it. That is indiscipline. It only brings back, it retrogresses, it brings people back. Cry. Sometimes some people shame me. When you vomit, you go back, you take the vomit, you don't shame. You see what I read before? Let me read it back, what it means, and so that you understand. As a person in leadership, he said, not giving into something you truly want is a sign of strength as a leader. or as in a leadership position. Because it's not everything, most of the things that you want you will get. That is discipline. That is when truly people will understand that, oh, this person is disciplined. It is not because of the way you talk or the way you, but when it comes to true exhibition of discipline, people will see it and they will say, yes, he's a true leader. Oh, I would have done this, but for the sake of people that have died, I keep quiet. Yesterday somebody called. I will not forget. I think one Mazi from Netherlands. He said, can people, like in this IPOB, can people say, okay, due to something, they remember something. If not for people that have died in this struggle, I would have quit. But you will swallow your saliva and keep quiet. Say anyway, for the sake of the people that have died, for the respect I have for the people that have died, no problem. Let me bear this shame. Even if you call it a shame that is happening to you from one person or one people or the other, let me keep quiet. That is discipline. But without discipline, you will see that you are risen as even above the people's life, people that have died. You will see it. Oh, why is it that it doesn't? Come on, I'm excluded in this. Does it matter? Is it compare it with the life of people that have died? Now you tell me how human you are, or how human you should be. We Igbos, we don't have share. I'm telling you. When it comes to collectivity, we don't have share. We don't have share. We exhibit animalistic character. I must be honest with you. It is disgusting. Sometimes I look at it, I say, this is why God just is punishing us. Because we have one kind of primitive, very primitive character. This is indiscipline. Pure indiscipline. There is no excuse you can tell me. It's just like in a war. People are dying in your front. People die. And because of the conduct of one commander or the leader, now you say, no, because of that, let me do my, and let me start forming my own. And that. Is it possible? You are urinating on there is no excuse you can give to me. There's no excuse you can give to me. Like simply you are indisciplined and underdeveloped as a human being. When we see the politics of Britain, Germany, developed countries, we see they have differences, yes, but their ability to coalesce or have a cohesion, to see their differences, they have different differences, ideologies, they have the thing, they are different opinions and characters, but the ability to relate together and continue in one focus as a country. That is why they are developed. But in our own case, that is not the case, because we will kill ourselves and to hell with everything. Do you see? Look, I have a dog. Let me tell you this, because I used to reason on some certain things. I have a dog in my house. This dog is very dear to the family. But do you know what? There are sometimes he will pick something, maybe, or if he's eating his food, you near there, do as if you want to carry the plate of food, he will attack you direct. It doesn't matter. He will lose his control because he's an animal. Do you see? Because he's an animal. The other time he attacked my child because of one thing. But it's the person that they play together everything. But there is sometimes that adrenaline comes to the dog and he cannot control it because it's an animal. That emotion, he cannot control it. So what about you as you call yourself a human being? There are some certain things you cannot control yourself. Now you act before you start regretting. That makes you the same thing like a dog. That is truth. Do you understand? Do you understand why in Igbo meeting people fight? No, who are you to talk to me like this? Because that animalistic behavior is in them. They will lose their sense of reasoning. Start asking, now who are you to talk to me like this? Who are you? Do you remember when is it Oba? This man is it capital oil? When he slapped one of our women, IPOB women, during a meeting, is it handshake across the night or something like that? He took her phone and slapped her, and after he apologized because he cannot control his emotion, and that makes him an animal. If you cannot control your sentiment, it makes you lower animal, lower human being, just like a dog that no matter if it's your friend, but one thing will make you just react before. Once the dog reacts, after you say, oh, I have fucked up, he will just lie down and say, oh, I have fucked up, because he cannot control his emotion. He's an animal. Do you understand that? But the ability to swallow your pride, swallow everything, now comport yourself, that is the discipline. No matter the thing that is happening now, you remember something, you continue that process, human process. That is discipline. Okay, let us continue. If I do something now, you think about the repercussion it will cause to others. Not only thinking about your ego, but you think about the repercussion it will cause to others. And you remember people that have died in this struggle. You remember people that are still incarcerated. You say, you think, you balance it. You say, this thing I want to do. Okay, this reason I'm given. What of that person in jail now that have been there for how many months or weeks or years they are torturing? If he heard my voice before and he hear my voice now, how will he feel? What of the people that their loved ones have gone because of even my added voice in giving them command? I added voice to telling them to continue steadfast, and they did it, and the repercussion, they lost loved ones. The action I want to take now, how do I equate it with the life of that person? That is how real human beings, disciplined and civilized human beings think. That is why here this writer said, not giving into something you truly want is a sign of strength. Do you understand what I mean? That is it. So that when you see, like in where people, I used to give example with ourselves, Igbos, because we always, this ego. We are always proud. We always exhibit ego. Just in a gathering, in a meeting, or anything. That is one thing that IPOB we don't entertain. That is the difference. You see where Igbos gather, they start, you see somebody bend down, another person just touching, it's a this and that, all those rubbish. It's not respect. This thing is not really our culture. It's something that came of recent. Only ego. Do you know who I am? How can you sit down here? Hey, allow me to stand up. Let me sit down there. Oh, this and that. This thing, this thing, because of his lack of discipline. If you are a disciplined mind, you will be humble no matter what. You will go and take seat even on the ground in that humble place. Now it is now people that will come and come and sit down here. But you see people, they do hand like this. They go to the big seat. Let us remove this character, because it's killing us. I'm telling you honestly, it is killing us. It is killing us. There's somebody that said one day, do you know if they go to meeting, only it praising, Buruburu one of this and that, Chiros one, this and only that will take 90% of their time. Because if you don't do it to one person, he will become annoyed. Yeah, so you don't recognize me. Pride goes before fall. The Fulani, they are exploiting our indiscipline, and that is why they put more confusion, so that you continue exhibiting your indiscipline, and now they'll tell you, come, if not, come to my side, come where I give you land, and you build, you become problem. They give you land in Zungeru. You build, they'll say every time they use it to hold you hostage. Do you understand it? Because you are indisciplined. Immediately after the war, everybody ran back as if they do. No person. That is why sometimes I say, what is the character of our people? I cannot understand. We didn't even wait, just wait. You see people immediately they say, oh, no more war. That day, the following day, they start looking for a car to travel back to Kafanchan. They don't care. What matters to them is that their need, their selfish need. They don't care to look. Now, let us go down first to understand what is happening in our land first. Because had it been they go down even in Igbo land, many people would have stayed. They wouldn't have rushed out. I'm telling you honestly. But out of indiscipline, who will tell each other? Who will tell himself, his brother? Oh, you are talking. How can you tell me to wait? For what? Who are you? Are you going to feed me? But you look at the Fulani that are disciplined, they are ruling everybody because they are disciplined to their communal cause. You that knows everything, you are indisciplined. The Fulani, they are profiting. That is why they can easily, convert you into a complete saboteur against your own people. That is how it's happened, because you are indisciplined. They know it. They know it. That is why they impose a Supreme Court impose a Fulani slave, the representative in Imo State. And here you go. Because our people are indisciplined. Our people are indisciplined. Do you see that? He sees it as an opportunity. Oh, God, don't bless me. Pastor will pray. Oh, this is the time I've been telling you. I dream. I see God told me. So this is the miracle. So go and take it. But he didn't know the repercussion because he is indisciplined. As far as you are indisciplined, you are always selfish. Because you look at your need, your selfish interest as the ultimate. You don't care about what it causes to others. Once you have taken that decision, you have taken it. It is something like an animal. The way you react. You cannot dialogue with somebody as human beings. Just watch an Igbo meeting. Many times, even sometimes, people want to fight. Because they cannot control their emotion. They are not disciplined enough as human beings, as civilized human beings, in order to control their emotions and sentiments. They talk out of annoyance. When you start speaking out of annoyance, now you make mistakes. It goes into fighting. Remember, not giving into something you truly want is a sign of strength. in order to condescend for others, just for peace to reign, just for prosperity's sake, for your own people, just for progress, you condescend, you be like a mumu. Just for peace to reign, just for the community, for our race to progress. That your ego, you tie it in bottle. You tie it. You understand? So that is how civilized people behave. Do you understand that? That is why in developed countries, you see, you match somebody by mistake. You can tell him, I'm sorry. He will understand. It's okay, okay, no problem. But in Nigeria, he will start, that emotion, that sentiment. Why do you do this? Before you know, you enter into superstition. Maybe you have taken my destiny. This and that. No, make on a combo. This rubbish. Because you are an indisciplined Homo sapien. Why we develop other places? Our land remains underdeveloped because most of us are indisciplined, and everyone is working towards his or her own selfish goal. That is why I say, if we restore Biafra, Lord, our leader said we shall work 247 for 75 years. It goes with law, because a place, a country, a nation without maintaining law, that place it can never progress. That's why Nigeria is like that. That's why Nigeria have no electricity. That's why the senators in Nigeria, they receive almost $3 million per annum. 200 times more than what the American counterparts receive. And everybody is keeping quiet. Instead, people are eating themselves raw. What I'm telling you today, as a so-called Nigerian, to think about yourself. Are you disciplined? And also in this struggle, because we should sanitize our internal sanity. Sometimes what is happening, it can bewilder us. It can surprise people. What is happening? No matter what. I said this, our brother asked this question and I noticed it. He said yesterday, is there anything that we can, somebody can just look and say, if not for this thing, if not for this thing. When Christ was on the cross, the pain was too much. He said, Father, why have you forsaken me? The pain was too much. But he said, let your will be done, because he knows that the will of his Father, God, is more than that his pain. So let that will be done, no problem. I surrender. Will you ever look at something and say, if not because of this thing in this struggle, anyway, what I wanted, they offended me. This person offended me. Namdekan offended me. This person offended me. But if not for these people that have died, anyway, let it be. And you leave it like that. Do you know that if you do like that, you are the most honorable human being on earth? You are a disciplined fellow, and you will be remembered for it. Do you know that? No, but that you are ego. Why was this? So why should it be like this? Why with this? You will give beautiful reasons, very beautiful. But you forget that there are people that even lost their lives, people that have paid the ultimate price, which you also directly cost by inspiring them, and you forget it. Now you want to meander, as Igbo man, to give your reasons. We should maintain discipline. You understand? We should maintain discipline. That is the main thing to progress of a community or of a race. Because without discipline, we cannot achieve nothing. I'm telling you honestly. That is the reason why, military is command and control, discipline. If anything, because they know that without discipline, the military is nonsense. They cannot win any war, any battle without discipline. There is one I was watching. I used to watch this Second World War. Mostly, there is one time I was watching this documentary about the invasion of Normandy, the Normandy invasion by the Allied forces. These people, they took the bull by the horn. The Allied forces. The boats were coming, and you see soldiers shaking, those in the boats shaking, but you see some of them doing nothing, because within small time the door will be open and they will rush out to the beach, an open place with barbed wires, with mines everywhere, and at the high place they are shooting them. The Germans are mowing them down. But the order is move, and they open the boats in the beach. Bam! You see them as this one is there is a place, one particular place. There is this bomb, this barrel bomb. They want to throw it to up. The place is up where they have this corner, this German corner that is killing them. One of the corners. The commander tell this one, go. And we carried one barrel bomb like that. Before he took 3 steps, he's down. They knew him down. The second person will tell him, go. The corpse is there. But the commander will tell him, go. He will immediately rise up. They knew him down. He will tell another person, go. It's like that. He continue until he reach to one person that managed to go and throw that distance. They killed that person that threw that bomb, but that bomb landed in the right place and cleared that place. And you see corpses everywhere, and they are marching on the corpses. They are moving forward. That is military for you. They don't have ego. They don't have ego. No, why will you take me go? They don't kill this person now. Oh, your commander will immediately bring his pistol and kill you, because that is discipline. Military is based on discipline. Your ego, your this and that, your personal selfishness is nothing. It's the collectivity that matters, not your personal interest, or that your ego. Oh, they offend you, this and that. That is rubbish. Do you understand what I'm saying? It is high time we continue doing the right thing. There is something I want to say. Before I open my line, there is this news about this Senator Alim Dume, this Bono man that used to talk openly, accusing people, accusing even Asorok and the cabals of being, they have supporters, sponsors of Boko Haram in Asorok. This man had been remanded by a court to be in prison because of Maima. This man, is it Maima? Because he signed a bail for him, or he guaranteed him. I want to say something. This man, do you know what? You know what they are doing? This is political. They want to silence him, because that is how Nigeria works. That is how Fulani works. They work with blackmail. Well, they want to expose us, okay. We will deal with you. Inside the jail now, they will negotiate with him to keep quiet, not to expose them, and they will release him. And another part of it is that, look, they say Ariwa say, if Alin Dume is jailed, what of Abaribe? Abaribe should be arrested. They are also targeting Abaribe, but they cannot do it. Because in the case of Abaribe, the military should be held responsible for invading our leaders' compound and killing people. You know, as Albert Einstein said, that the people that will destroy this world is those, it's not the evil people, but it's those that see the evil happening. The good people, they are good people, but they keep quiet. They are passive supporters of evil. When things are happening to IPOB, people keep quiet. People kept quiet, laughing. Oh no, this is a secessionist. These are miscreants and hoodlums. Now, police can kill. It is happening to everybody. And now people are crying. Do you see it? Do you see the reason why Albert Einstein says so? That those that will destroy this world is the good people that sees evil and keep quiet. Because when you see evil happening to another person, you don't have empathy. You start asking for the reason why. Because kill that man. Every time they do this and that. But killing him, is it lawful? If the person does something wrong, you charge the person, arrest the person, go to due protests. Due process. That is why you have court. But you see, they shoot. He's a pickpocket. They burn him. They kill him. Police will shoot him in public, and they say it sounds him right. Why should you say so? Now, why do you have complaint? Because the evil you support today, it will grow into a monster, and it will consume you. That is what Nigerians don't understand, and that is why everything is bad about Nigeria. I'm going to stop here, and I will open my lines. But before I do that, I want to go on few minutes interval, few minutes break before I do that. Oh yes, we be enjoy for a night. Joy cometh in the morning. They say we can only be delayed or cannot be denied. Don't give up in your struggle. Chop, 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 chop. Sing it out. Don't give up. Your miracle is on the way. Don't give up. Your miracle is on the way. Never lose hope. Your blessings are on the way. Don't give up. Your miracle is on the way. The miracle is on the way. No matter your condition, no matter your challenges, never give up. No matter your situation, no matter the calamity, never give up. He's the God of the last minute miracle. He's the God of the last minute miracle. Don't give up. Welcome back. Our lines are now open. Our direct line remains +1 213 328 6224. I repeat, +1 213 328 6224. Our WhatsApp line is +61 405 142 547. I repeat, +61 405 142 547. You can call us and give us your view about the issue discussed. I have the first caller, as usual. Caller on direct line, your name and where you're calling from. Welcome to the program, please.
Mazi Johnathan. udo dịka okike aka na nna ike bi n'eluigwe aha ya si sọkarịta chi niile n'elu ụwa ya gozie gị chekwa gị onye sị na Biafra ga-abịa ọnwa onye ga-ahụ Biafra ọnwa ọfọ n'oge onye sịkwa Biafra agịda abịa ọgịda ahụ Biafra ọfọ n'oge Biafra, we have suffered. You people are there in America, in Japan, all over the world. We are here. We are feeling the heat. No, we cannot visit themselves. And we want to say, every avenue that can make a human being to live comfortable is denied here. Yes, hey. May Chukwu Kadama take every glory for bringing our leader, President Kano, as the savior of the world. But you people don't know. You people don't know that President Kano is the savior of the world. No nation on this planet Earth will exist without Biafra. You see this generation of Biafra. Instead, we spread with come and we start the church but as we stop the resurrection. Where are you? Are you the creator of heaven and earth? Are you? Ezekiel chapter 3. From 1 to 10, very, very important. But this is verse 8. Very, very important. To what kind of a you know that we are the most rebellious and very good human beings. That is why they want to take our land. You people are there, killing me high. I want you to prison. Can you do that? Can you stay in the court of Nigeria and tell a road civil president by then Buhari was alive? Only there was that. You cannot tell me that liar to this father is a bad man. Then they got the running that I heard somebody cannot be somebody there. That's the way they never died on God. Oh, I follow. I think that's like that. Oh, we can never get another. I can't follow you did it. That's what they mean. Mana gina shi mu lo ko ma ga te mo e ya o ko no e ko le pa mo go no ma ko ka ta wa e bi ka ta te o no mo ko ko la ni yo ka ta te ko mo yo mo ko la ti si yo ko ma ko ya ta wa pa ma ko ko yo ta do in big from 30 to 30, it's very, very important. You think we are supporting you here? That's something that will take a certificate. But we don't know the course to go to Canada. If I don't follow my leader, there's no way for me now. No, I'm not far. All some certificate. But when you never go back, the leader and then that. Hey, that man is not going to Judges chapter 7. Judges chapter 7. There is 100 men. What can do you study Matthew chapter 24? Because I know that, but I will say again about Biafra. I will connect Biafra. Are we outside? Are we there? We are Biafra. Because all for the the only sort of another one I want to invent. Dara. When I want to just for the money I beg the doctor to be able to be kept and be with. Every day the cook not that all the conduct of to work. I'm next week. You know, just do the what the shop. Just see, but everybody came to the 47. Give me play. The fire from a clear what you get for you. People who can get to him a morning of one time. What are I doing? Now, the return from today. But if you can't run, but if you are afraid of the thought of loving a child, then remember to say, Sarah, I can get it. I can only get my name is Dr. Chinedu. I'm coming forward. All the projects Biafra more. I'm calling for the projects Biafra. ọwọ́ akíndé ìwòsàn rú náà àlàyé ó ẹtù mọ́ ọlọ́run láti bẹ́ẹ̀ fún kíkà lórí kúrò ní ìgbésẹ̀ àlàyé mọ́ ó èyá tí kò ti káàkà lórí àwọn àtọ́fọ́kùnrin àìkóso lọ́pẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́ tẹ́lẹ̀ bí sí ọmọ ní ẹgbẹ́ náà ara ṣe àgbà nínú ọkùnrin àti ẹ̀sẹ̀ lọ pàtàkì ẹgbẹ́ ìwé ra rẹ̀ àìsàn àláì dára
Thank you. All hail Biafra. Thank you very much. Caller on WhatsApp, your name and where you're calling from. Thank you for holding on. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Good evening, Mazi, Johnathan. My name is David. I'm calling from. Thank you. I'm calling from Cyprus. I just want to say thank you for what you have been doing for the Biafrans. I commend your courage and all your efforts. I just want to add my voice. So you see what is happening in the country, in the zoo country. A lot of people are suffering, but I can say, let me say that people are suffering because, let me say, they are the cause of their suffering. How can you be in a country and all this killing, kidnapping, suffering? There's a lot of recession and people keep quiet. People should wake up and everybody should rise up. Not everyone should rise up and let everything come to an end. Simple. People should rise up. People should rise up and think positive, so that they will bring the government down, so that people can have a good life and live like a normal human being. Why can people be in a country and be reasoning like animal and behaving like animal? People should rise up. It's so bad. It's something. It's very sad. Thank you very much.
It's very sad. Thank you very much.
It's sad.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Caller on WhatsApp, your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, good evening. I'm calling from Togo.
Welcome to the program.
Okay, I have one question that I want to ask about like last time when I was watching Oduduwa, I'm the leader of Ipob talking about Oduduwa. So my question is, what is the major role of Oduduwa in this Biafra freedom agitation?
In order to answer your question, although I will answer it anyway, but Oduduwa is not playing a direct role in our agitation quest for the restoration of Biafra. What we are preaching here is for people to rise up to take what belongs to them. Because Nigeria is not a place that should be. You understand? Yes. So we encourage Oduduwa to also agitate for their Oduduwa Republic. Because once they do it, Middle Belt is agitating, the job will be easier for Biafra, for our agitation. It's not that they are doing anything to help us to restore our own Biafra. No, they do their own. We do, because when they do their own, we do our own. Kwararafa Republic, that is the Middle Belt, do their own. Now the job is easier. Do you understand it? It's not that they are playing any direct role on our distance. Because we encourage people to rise up. That is what is it. We encourage people to rise up in order to agitate, in order to pull down this monster we call Nigeria. Because Nigeria is benefiting nobody. Only the politicians is benefiting. Even ordinary Fulani peasants, it doesn't benefit them because they use them. The same thing happens to the whole masses, everybody. So you see the remuneration which I read about the senators. The Nigerian senators, it doesn't matter whether they are Igbo senators, it doesn't matter whether they are Hausa or Fulani, they receive all those gigantic amounts. So why should you leave that kind of a place to continue existing whereby we have opposing value systems? Let everybody agitate and go their own way. That is what we are soliciting here. I hope I make sense to you.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is the first time of me listening to this Biafra radio, but honestly speaking, I just learned a lot of things. I just learned a lot of things. Like you just mentioned that the salary of Nigerian senator is bigger than salary of a United States senator.
200 times. 200 times more than that of United States. And people, do you see the reason why people are suffering in Nigeria? Ordinary electricity people don't have. Because they do the government in a way, they organize the government in a way that is beneficial to them, the politicians only. Don't you see how heartless these people are? And we held them. We held them. Oh, this and that, they are politicians. You should kill them.
What's the politics then?
My brother, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Just continue with a good job. God bless you.
Just download the IPOB community radio and you'll be listening to it every time.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. We must continue. I have a news here, very sad news indeed, that one of our real elders, Colonel Wobusi, I think has passed on. They say he died this morning, November 24th, 2020, at the age of 21. At the age of 81. You know, may his soul rest in peace. So we are moving on, and we must continue moving on. Caller on WhatsApp, your name and where you calling from. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, Mazi, Johnathan, from here. My name is.
Come to the program.
My name is calling from Ghana Police USA. Mazi, honestly speaking, today program is the one number one. Mazi, every day you are well informed. In fact, this today program is supposed to be playing every day by day. Because if Nigerian citizens understand the mess, all these politicians, Nigerian politicians is the only way you can see a senator will go to Dubai and be showing off with their own money. And the so-called citizens will be commenting attack by blessing from here. I need to tell Nigerian citizens, Nigerian youth, if you know the amount of money these people are chopping, look at the way you analyze. Countries are producing a lot of things like you said in Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. Most of things, the original stuff they use in America here, are made for Bangladesh. Look at Saudi Arabia, number one oil producing country in the world. Their senators are receiving $67,000 a year. Look at Dubai. Look at Dubai. Everybody is going there for vacation. All the senators are going there. Different, wicked, evil. These people are supposed to be born alive. All these senators in Nigeria. That's why they never encourage education in that country. Because the colorful educated ones that the people putting everybody in this mess. That is why the style of Fulani don't want anybody to go to educate. Even those that educate themselves, they don't even care to know what Nigeria government. Let me tell you people, government is the second God you are seeing. Leave Bible, leave all this church you are saying have your blessing from God. It's a lie. Government, law of the land, government of the land is the second God you are seeing, because the structure is the one they are sitting to succeed is the government that will structure that. Look at $2.2 million a year. Why year, man? Only all these allowances, only Nigeria. I used to hear allowances. America has nothing like allowances. Okay, you have to your insurance. You have to be paying every your paycheck to your insurance. But Nigeria, they have food allowances and wardrobe allowances, and that's why these people are cleaning themselves to be in power. Killing us. There's election in America here. Nobody died. No killing. But Nigeria killing, and the city, look at them come out to protest. The same youth, the same youth that come out again, the politicians use them to attack the people that is fighting for their own dear life. And see the jamboree, the UK parliament they are doing. These people are doing Mama Niru Maparaso. That is all these kind of fake people. That is what they do. But the UK parliament said that the Gowon, they should invest Gowon, the Kubu Gowon, that they stole half of central bank money after the war. Yakubu Gowon, that is prayer warrior. The UK parliament said that to invest debt to Yakubu Gowon, that they stole half of the money in the central bank of the country. And people are still praying to Adeboye, praying to Kumu. He said that God, he believe in that anointing, he believe in that anointing. What kind of anointing are you looking again? The only anointing you're looking again is to go to these governors, senators, attack them, protest again. A colleague said it's better than than backup. Look at the killings now, self. The cells are killing even worse than the one that do it before. Maz, like you said, the Fulani. One thing I like, I didn't know about the difference of Fulani until you begin to teach us. These people are very smart, more than our Igbo people claiming they are smart. These people understand Western world pattern. Fulani, Elijah Kule said it. Kule Akaraji said it. He said, if I see my brother chop one man hand leg raw, I will support my brother. But you see some people, inside IPOB, fighting somebody that is working for them, saying that you don't make sense. But then they are making sense. I never see them call Radio Biafra since over 5 years now. I never see them. Only Mama high service, notice me life. When they say, whatever you can do to bring this Biafra, you do it. I don't watch nobody for this movement. Nobody connect me to IPOB. I'm just that look for a coordinator in this state to join. I'm just that look for IPOB. And when I join, we're only one member. Only two of us. Every platform, every day for more than 1 year, I've been announcing my name, my number everywhere. Until now we grow. Me that announcing my number, taking my life, people let us face on Nigeria. These some people are still attacking me, but I don't look their face. I only look Biafra because I understand the meaning of freedom. I don't want our general children to be discriminated with identity in America. Yeah. If you don't have shame, if you are not feeling very angry in all these racism they're doing in the Western world, I don't like it. That's why my only goal is to Biafra. I don't look nobody. Anybody that quit in Biafra, I don't care. If I need to quit, I don't care. What I know, let our Biafra come. Mas, let me drop it here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We must continue. You know, this struggle is something is for wise people, honestly. That is why I thank my brother that called before. He said this is the first time he's listening to Radio Biafra. You know, because people lie, gossip, and people listen. That is the most baffling. People listen to gossip. Oh, Radio Biafra is just, don't listen that thing. They just they are very rude, this and that. But once you listen to it, you become captivated. That is the secret, and that is why we work stronger. Do you understand? Without discipline, we cannot achieve nothing as a people. I'm telling you, we are doing very fine as individuals, but as a people, as a race, we are zero. We are slaves and servants to the Fulani. Why? Because of lack of discipline, the ego that we have. You know, caller on WhatsApp, your name and where you're calling from. Welcome to the program. Mazi, Carlo, welcome. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, I can hear. Thank you, Mazi, Johnathan. Good morning from here and good day, good evening, according to your time zone, listeners of Radio Biafra, Biafrans and friends of Biafrans. We thank you. My name remains Mazi Carlo Agwobrawa. I'm from Makano, Ohofia, in Omaya province of Biafra land, and I'm serving the indigenous people of Biafra living in Malaysia as the National Secretary, IPOB Malaysia. I want to announce to Biafrans, friends of Biafrans and lovers of freedom living in Malaysia that we, the indigenous people of Biafra living in Malaysia, are having our monthly national general meeting, which we hold at the last Sunday of every month. And we use this opportunity to invite you. If you have never identified with the family in Malaysia, you can call this number for directives and for directions on how to attend. The number to call is 011-3685-8454. And I repeat the number again, 011-3685-8454. Wherever you are in Malaysia, there is the presence of IPOB family meetings going on there. We are in Penang, we are in Klang, we are in Damansara Damai, we are in Kepong, we are in Puchong, even in Nilai, we are there. All over Malaysia, even in Miri, Sarawak, we are everywhere. You have no reasons not to I beg every family, having seen how we have been enslaved in Nigeria, having seen how we have been strangulated economically, and having seen how successive Nigerian governments have used repressive economic policies to drive away our youth, we became sojourners all over the world. We can never go back to our land because what we have in our land is that the Fulanis have taken over our land, using those willing tools among our brothers to help to enslave us and advance the completion of the Uthman-Dan-Fodious 1804 conquest, which they have perfectly repositioned themselves in the military. They have repositioned themselves. It is the Fulani that are immigration. It is the Fulani that are customs. It is the Fulani that are the army. It is the Fulani that are the police. All the eastern region, Biafra land, all the police commissioners there are all Fulanis. All the governors there, they are answerable to the Fulanis. So having seen all these things, it should touch you. That is the reason why you are here in Malaysia suffering. And the government, they will not give you visa or renew your visa again because they know that Nigeria has expired. And it's you that has been entrapped because Nigeria was created in 1940 without the consent of our fathers. Nobody signed any document that we must be Nigerians, and we have been forced to be there paying the price with our blood. So this should concern you. Wherever you are in Malaysia, join our family meetings so that we strategize and move peacefully as we have been moving towards the restoration of Biafra, which is under the United Nations Charter for the right of people for self-determination. This is a fundamental right which we must pursue vigorously, and we are here to give whatever it takes in order to see that Biafra is free. Thank you, Mazi Johnathan. I remember as a Carlo. All hail Biafra.
Thank you. All hail Biafra. Thank you, Mazi Carlo. Thank you. We must continue. We must continue. You know, okay, let me pick this call. Caller on WhatsApp, your name and where you're calling from. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Mazi Johnathan Chinedu. My name is K.C. Oziribo, calling you from Morocco. Mazi, what you said this evening touched me. I even want to cry because of what he said. There is nothing else, but let us continue. Nothing will throw us back. Mazi Johnathan, you see these senators of the allowance, 2 something million they take in a year. You see opposition in Spain, Mariana Rajoy, when he was opposition in Spain, 9,000 euro every month. Party endorsement and everything, complete 9,000, and if you check in a year, it's up to 100 something thousand dollars or euro in a month. That is to show. And if you see this money they are sharing now you can't name senators from the north. There are 300 and something sitting, or 100. We are my dear brother, these people, I don't know why an armed robber will go and attack ordinary poor people and leave. Now you people should now count your teeth where the problem came from. Count how many people, how many senators from the north, and count how many. That one they give to us is like a half of only Kano or something like that. That is something. And now this word of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, believe it or not, people can never even try what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing. Word is, I'm telling you the fact. If you try it, call him down. What this man is doing, they only just learning. Oh my dear brother, there's no problem. May God bless him. Let him continue within this struggle. in his own manner because we love him. He's doing a great. What he's doing for the whole world, my dear brother, I don't think that we can thank him with this such a manner. He went to prison and he came out, all because of us. On front of Nigerian court, he called the Shia or the some of Sunni Muslim, come. Even the Imam, the whole world, they acknowledge, even Fulani start dancing to the, even begging for the structure. You people is not aware. Because of him, most of them have children living in abroad. Then we know that this man, what he's saying, my dear brother, I'm not aware draw. But keep on where we are going. We are going far because we are going together. Every indigenous in that Nigeria must confront, because if you see all their representatives in the north, all are Fulani, occupying. Here I am, they are aware of these people, they are Maladas, they walk away, they are still even here in Morocco. They are calling them the people that are working on the whole science. They didn't, even the war is going on here in Morocco, Southern Morocco. The same people. Let them go and take over Mauritania and stand there, build their own and live. Nobody will be problem. Keep it up, Mazi. God bless you. We stand by IPO. We restore the Biafra. God bless you.
Thank you very much. And we must continue. This is Radio Biafra Hausa service coming to you through the auspices of Radio Biafra London. We must continue. We must understand the importance of discipline, because without discipline we are going nowhere. Discipline is so important that the military, every military goes with discipline. That is the first thing. And I say we, the IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, we operate under discipline. We make discipline our priority. Caller on direct line, your name and where you're calling from. Welcome to the program.
Yes, Mazi Johnathan.
Welcome to the program.
From the land.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mazi. Mazi, thank you. Thank you for the good work that you are doing for our great nation, Biafra land. And I am my leader, Ahmadike one of Africa. I thank him for the good work that he did, and many in people continue to protect and guide him anywhere he is until our great nation, Biafra, is being restored. He said, Mazi, I really love your topic tonight about discipline. Because we need to discipline ourselves. And more especially, if you are a leader, you are anywhere the leader, the coordinator, unit, zonal, anyone. Even if I can ordinarily say, because all of us, we are the same thing, whether coordinator, our leader said it sometime ago in his broadcast, that even a coordinator, if you are not a coordinator, you can do anything without waiting for the coordinator or anybody. You have the power, you have the right to do anything. Once you are in the game, you are following the rules. So discipline is very, very important. Thank you, Mazi, for that topic. And what I want to say again is this, because a lot is happening in the zoo called Nigeria, which some refer as Nigeria, but the full name is Nigeria, black, evil. See on our leader interview, what we are hearing in Nigeria, because our leader says that Buhari is alive, the dead Buhari is alive. That means when our youth we are protesting for the entire process, that you will see Buhari in Lagos. You will see him live there. And even if Buhari is dying, you will see him speak. So what now they continue that is in after all. What they are now doing every day you now hear Buhari say before you take them 2 weeks before they say Buhari say, but now every day they say Buhari say, one day Buhari say. Because people are looking at them is for people to come their eye and open their eye. Don't allow anyone to deceive this system. Our leader has opened our eyes. Thank you, Mazi. Thank you for the good work. Your support Gadiama continue to protect and guide you until our leader has opened our eyes. Thank you, Mazi. Thank you for the good work. Your support Gadiama continue to protect and guide you until our leader.
Yeah. My name is Mustafa Onigbo. I come from Unewi province, Biafran land, and I'm calling you from Kingdom of Netherlands. Mazi, I must thank you for the good work, and also to my leader, Mazi Nnamdi the great miracle of my own time. Chukwuadiama will keep on strengthening him, because he foresees all these things, and we are not surprised that whatever that is happening now, we are not surprised, but we are only disappointed that it happens. But we are not surprised that it happened because it's bounty. Mazi, I must thank you once again for the good work you're doing, and also every other genuine officers who are working. Chukwuadiama will see us too, and in our own time, Biafra shall be restored. He said, Mazi, first, please permit me, I want to start by making an announcement of our meeting, all the IPOB living here in Netherlands. Whatever that is happening, it can never deter us. Ahead. We will be having our national general meeting on the 12th of December at Egoli number 9, where we normally have our meeting. Please, I urge every Biafran living in Netherlands to be part of this very meeting. Egoli number 9 in Amsterdam, and this is at 5 p.m. Please, I urge everyone to be part of this very meeting. That is by the way. Now, and also your broadcast, Mazi, is as hot as always. But if I'm correct, those amounts you mentioned where you compare the salary of Nigerian senators to the world senators, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, I just want to add a little to that the choice of people to be comparing the zoo senator salary we should be comparing it with the world head of state, because Nigerian senators are earning, you can't compare what they are earning with what world senators are earning. Now, the highest paid world head of state in this world as of today is the Prime Minister of Singapore, and he's earning $1.6 million. He's the as of today. Even Donald Trump is number 4. Donald Trump is earning about $400,000 annual. But the highest paid world leader is the Prime Minister of Singapore, $1.6 million. Whereas the US are earning far more ahead. If I'm correct, it's 2 points, right? That's what you said. And based on the available research, it's 2 points. Yes. Good. It's about $2 million. That is what the zoo senators are earning. Whereas the most expensive or the highest paid political leader, head of state in the world, earns $1.6 million. This is enough to tell us what we are in for. And just like my brother that called before me said, Kingsley that called from Morocco, he said that those people, those criminals and robbers, they are stealing from the poor. Now, know who you should steal from. Or if you want to kidnap, now you should know who you should kidnap. Because these guys, they are not only robbing us our identity, our livelihood, and also stealing our future, mortgaging us. They are just killing us. So the and the hoodlums and the criminals are our politicians. You all see what these guys are in, and you see the mess and the situation and how things it is in that zoo. That is that way. Mazi, also permit me lastly, let me use this to conclude. I'm just telling Biafrans and IPOB that since I joined this struggle, the sabotage of an Igbo man played a good part for the first time in history. Because I've been following all these things that's happening these recent days or weeks. The sabotage of an Igbo man did something good in my own time. And what was that? Mazi, if you see this very video, this audio that was leaked, it proposed my own observation on that very audio. That audio was not meant for public domain. It was not meant for the public. That audio was a strategy to start corrupting the mind of people, to start character assassination of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and to start building up gangs and cabals and groups and loyalties to himself. Not to come out publicly and say that I'm done or I want to resign. No, it didn't happen. But they start inside or inwardly to start building gangs, to start blackmailing him and building up their own. But time around, the very good, positive sabotage nature of an Igbo man took place. And how did that happen? One of them, we are now streaming the meeting live on Facebook. And that is how all this cabal, all this plot leaked out. And all their evil plot was exposed. Everything happened, it's happening for our good. I'm telling Biafrans and IPOB that we are in peace. If nothing can keep me strong on this very struggle, the blood of those that have given up should be a source of strength for me to keep saying, indeed I believe, and I'll keep pushing forward. So many mothers are now, they are now childless. So many now are now offered because of this very struggle. And you feel you can just overwork and take a decision, and you use the right word. It's just about ego. You can't defend them more. I cannot subdue to this. Forgotten that lives and blood has been wasted on this very cause. Chukwu Abiyama would judge, and the vengeance of blood very devastating than earthquake. For those that don't know, one thing you cannot play with is blood. But some people today are now making Facebook and now using proverbs on Facebook and feeling that they can talk when blood are involved, because directly or indirectly, your own son or your own father or your own direct relative is not killed or in detention, but time tells. Remember, vengeance of blood is very, very devastating, and when it will start, nothing can stop it. Mazi, thank you for giving me the time. Chukwu Abiyama will see us through. Onyendu, we are behind you. No, come real, come shine. It was a voice I heard, and I joined the struggle. And even my family, everybody in my own family joined the struggle. It is your voice, and we are still the same voice. We are learning. Thank you, Mazi, for giving me. God bless you.
Thank you very much. We must continue. This is Radio Biafra Hausa service coming to you through the auspices of Radio Biafra London. We are still taking calls and we must continue.
Wanda
What's up? Your name and where you're calling from? Welcome to the program.
Hello.
Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? You are on air, please. Welcome.
It's playing music.
Welcome to the program.
Good day, sir. Good evening, sir.
Welcome to the program. Please go on.
Sir, please, I want to make my little contribution, sir.
Go on. Go on.
You know, Biafrans, we must take note. We must be very, very careful. Ego have destroyed so many people. Even though I'm not surprised, because all these happenings are expected. That shows that we are getting there. It's a sign that what we are fighting for is a genuine cause. Many will come and many will go. And at the end, Biafra will come. We must be very careful of ego. Most of these people now who is shitting everywhere. Nobody knows them before. It was our leader, Mazi, that brought a limelight. We are talking about Biafra. We are talking about future generation. We are talking about our future. Nobody owns it. We collectively own it. And nobody can say without him, we will not move forward as a people. We must get our independence, come rain, come sun. And nobody can stop us because it's a God's project. Our leader, may God give you the courage. I know it's a painful situation. Sometimes when this kind of thing is coming to a close someone, it pains as human. But it's meant to happen. Because accomplish it. But my anger is this. Anybody who is not undusted with what we are doing should honorably resign. If the position you are holding, you are no longer happy with it, or for whatever reason, honorably resign and take another position and allow this is why white people are far civilized. This enviousness and the jealousy when we are doing the national war is not good for our future. If I have a personal thing with you, if I put envy there, it's a different thing. But when it comes to a collective future, nobody should say without him, or because he has done this or that, that means we will not continue. The person is a big liar. Many have fought since 1945. People have been dying because of our future, because of our freedom. And nobody can see himself as a god.
Thank you. Mazi, are you still here?
Hello?
Mazi, are you still here, please?
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes. You round up, please.
I'm still there. Let me round up, sir. Yeah. Alright, sir. Anybody who is tired of this struggle should not. Your contribution is not a lifetime assignment. If you are tired of, you can no longer contribute a better contribution on the current challenge. You step aside, and still with the struggle and move forward. Let another person try. That you are tired of a particular position and instead of you leaving for another person to try his best, you will not start shooting everywhere. So I'm called for. Even though it's expected, we are moving forward. Everything we should accept it as it has happened. It's part of the struggle.
Anybody who think he cannot do without him will see that he will still fall away and will keep pushing forward. Thank you, sir. Remain blessed.
Thank you. Caller on WhatsApp, your name and where you're calling from. Caller on WhatsApp, your name and where you're calling from. Welcome to the program.
Hello.
Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me?
I'm hearing you.
Please go on, please.
Okay. My name is Chukwu Emmanuel. I'm a native of Ishiago, about State Biafra land. I greet you, Mazi Johnathan. I greeted my leader, our leader, Mazi Namdekan. I greet all principal officers of IPOB members, all of those who know the importance of freedom. Freedom is the highest thing that somebody will have on earth. What British created in Nigeria is war without end, is trouble without end. Our leader has opened the eyes of everybody who is interested for freedom. At least this night, you talk about the salary of each senator in Nigeria. Some countries, for the whole year, are paying their senators something less than $50,000. Some paying about $50,000, $70,000. And the United States, according to your program this evening, said they paid $170-something thousand a year. But in Nigeria, we are paying $2.something million for a senator in Nigeria. $2.something million for criminals in the name of senators in Nigeria. The same thing will go to so-called House of Representatives in Nigeria. Last time, they budgeted 5.5 billion naira for senators' car relief or whatever nonsense the idiots are calling them. 5.5 billion only for car in Nigeria. Look at how people are in danger. The money is supposed to use and develop the country. Some few people are stealing and looting the money. People are dying in hunger. People are committing suicide in Nigeria. A government worker cannot pay his house rent. He cannot train his children in the school. Some few people are stealing and looting the whole treasure of the country. And that is why, when they understand what IPOB means and what IRM is talking about, all of them gang up to make sure they shut up the IPOB. Because all these people are criminals in Nigeria that Fulani criminals selected to make sure they hold everybody down. This thing alone is supposed to let everybody die inside Nigeria. Because there is no way anybody will hope that Nigeria is going anywhere. It is quite unfortunate that we find ourselves in a cage, in a hellfire, in a Sodom and Gomorrah on earth you call Nigeria. When I think about Nigeria, I weep, because now Igbo people has no leadership apart from Ipob. This man called Enyi is not supposed to be alive and their group, because they have damaged Igbo race. They have damaged Igbo race completely. Without our leader, Namdekano, without Ipob, Igbo race is gone. Some may think that they give him so a little opportunity. He makes some nonsense money. He feels that he is something. After he is nothing. On whatever money he thinks that has, it's rubbish. Fulani look at him as a wasted human being and their group. When I think what is going on in Nigeria, I weep. How did this thing happen? That we find ourselves in a place like this. Nobody is human being anymore in Igbo land, except our leader. And the Fulani made it very, very clear that they will not allow him to rule them. It's very clear, black and white. And they will not allow you to control your own future. That is what is playing now. If Fulani say that they will not allow the South to rule over them, and they will not allow them to control their future, then what do you want to hear again before you understand where Fulani is going? Atiki and Polo made a very grave mistake during their own time, and that is what we are offering now. Because the Fulani say they don't want independence. Azikiwe, if these people let us find our way, Zik continue to work Nigeria, and today we are in a mess that nobody knows where this will be going to end. Honestly, if you are an Igbo man and you are living in America, or you are living in Europe, or you are living in Asia, you find yourself and you don't know the meaning of freedom, you are against freedom. Let me tell you, you leave Nigeria and you run away because of the evil inside Nigeria called Fulani government. And you don't know the importance of what Namdekano is fighting, and the IPOB is fighting, and you are looking at it as a place for you to make money. One day you will die, you leave that money. Your wife, your children, unborn generation will suffer for what you did. Because what Azikiwe did is what we are suffering now. It will be a time, your children unborn generation will suffer for what we are doing. All of you who are ganging up to pull down this struggle because of money. Money is not everything. The whole world have understand the meaning of one nigger area. The white people can never allow any Nigeria after now to relax in their country. Because if you say you are Nigeria, you are not worthy to be a human being. Because you see the truth, you turn it upside down.
Thank you.
Because of their self-interest, to make money for yourself. One day will be surprised for you. You will end up with nothing. Thank you very much, Mazi, Johnathan.
Thank you very much.
For all help.
All help, yeah.
I greet my leader for all man have done.
Thank you very much.
To please our people. And still, all these idiots, all of them that run away from Nigeria, do you think if Nigeria is good,
Mazi,
are you going to come to America to
thank
stay?
you very much.
To come and enjoy people's effort? You don't know good things. You're supposed to stay in hellfire.
Mazi, thank you very much. Please, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All help, Biafra. Caller on direct line, your name and where you're calling from, please.
Thank you very much, Johnathan.
Welcome to the program.
I am Chigo here calling from Imo State. Imo State is in Mbokbala. Sorry, Mbokbala is in Imo State or in Biafra land.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Mazi, I like your program today. Today's lesson is a special one. And we thank you for the work, for the good work you are doing. We pray that you should continue doing it, and God will bless you and all the people trying to play their role financially and otherwise, no matter how little. Now, Mazi Johnathan, now is a trying time, and this show that we are shooting, we are hitting the nail at the head. May God bless our only leader and continue to bless all the people following him. May Chukwuka Biama grant us what we are looking for. No matter the distraction and everything, we will get to our destination. This is just like what happened in the Bible. When the devil said that he is going to build a higher temple, build his own heaven above that of God. And at last we know what happened. So everybody should keep on keeping on. There is one saying, one of our comrades told me. He said, with or without you, Biafra will be restored. So everybody should keep on keeping on. For our senators and the leaders of the zoo, the only thing that you can use to equate the zoo is hell. The zoo is hell. There is nothing to compare about the zoo in other parts of the world. When we talk of leadership, what are these people doing? They are for the money. They just fight, kill people, make sure that they get there and they share the money, come back here and start deceiving themselves. They cannot even build the road which they pass through. We make use of the road with them. Yes, although they use air flight, but when they come down, they use road. Why not build that road? So just forget about them. They are there for the money, and they will eat it till one day the masses will rise up and do the needful. Do the needful. That's my take, Mazi.
Thank you very much, my brother.
May the work and I bless you.
And you too. Thank you very much. We must continue. Caller on WhatsApp. Thanks for holding on, Mazi. Your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening, Mazi, Johnathan. Thank you for your wonderful presentation this evening. My name is Simon Ayanobo, calling from Memoria, Spain. Simon from Umak. Umak is from Olu. Umak is in Olu.
Your voice is very low. I raised the volume, but your voice is very low.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, good.
Okay. Can I continue now?
Go on.
Okay, fellow Biafran, good evening, good morning, good night, anywhere you are, no matter your time zone. The true OKK Abraham and bless every one of you. And bless our able leader. Bless every one of you. Anyone that have participated. Mazi most only said our saboteur these days is I think it's an advantage. It's in our own advantage, but nobody sabotage us. Let me say this thing. No matter who you are, please restrain your attack, restrain your whatever, because you don't know to this able. People remember what you are doing. Do not have the spirit of Okoko. If he create ridge, Okoko will come there with his sled and box the chain. Nobody condemn what he created. It took a while to build a dam. What is going on? Is it all about me? Is it all about you? Who are you? Without Biafra, do I know you? No. This is the goal. Create anything that to promote Biafra, not to come and scatter what you did. What are you guys doing, man? It doesn't matter who you are. Mazi, Johnathan, let me say this thing because I talk like a madman. Asnanga Oro, Chukupitasna Maro, Amamina Bara. All this Biafra, this is only what I have ever done in my life. It's like my mission is completed. More tomorrow now, I no go regret. I have met death many times in this struggle, but they didn't take me. We should remember what we are doing, please. I called our leader on signal. Only first day I got in. I have been having this dream, but what I know at last, there is a sunshine. Our leader said, even though it's 5 people, that Biafra must be restored. There's one film those days, they call it Namen Jail. Sometimes I go and watch about freedom. It's better to reign in hell than to serve in heaven. We don't want to stay in Nigeria here. That is what brings every one of us here. My teacher sometimes they say, do not let what bring you up bring you down. Inyanga butuzo odobe suye. Andokwa ka ona akoro gi. Everybody is a suspect in this trouble. Even Mazi Nnamdi until we restore Biafra. And our leader said, when Biafra is restored, that he will resign. Let us know what we are doing. If you don't know what freedom fighting means, go and read it. There is one book of Mandela, I think, One Way to Freedom. Hey man, well, Naka man, our leader said something about 2 months ago that I think this year he was talking about 100 men he's looking for. He said he never even get 15. But also only 100 which are for you're going in mind. ya dọwakwa onye adịkwala ka ọ na-akụrụ ya Mazi Jonathan, thank you. Ndị nụrụ na enwere ihe na-eme n'ụlọ enwere ndị ka mụ na nna ndị ka mụ na ụgbọ mmiri obi na-eche eche akwụrụ ihe ahụ ije aka akpagị ya nwa akwụsị na beta akpa gị pụta n'ụzọ ọnwa ha akpa gị dọwa mmadụ n'ọkpa enye gị red card pụọ ọhịa Biafra.
Almost here, Biafra. Thank you very much. Caller on direct line, thank you for coming in. Welcome to the program. Your name and where you're calling from. Can you hear me?
Mazi, yes, good evening. Good evening. I can hear you loud and clear.
Welcome to the program.
Mazi, thank you so much. My name is Mazi Manan Ugo Onyejaka. I am the national PRO of IPOB here in United States. I reside personally here in Washington, D.C., but I am from Amibo. Amibo is in Olo. Amibo is the home of the time judge. Mazi, thank you so much. And thank God for Mazi Nandekano. Mazi, I am actually very happy for the topic of your discussion this evening, that is discipline. Mazi, discipline, that is good. How can you be a disciple when you are not disciplined? You have to be disciplined to be a disciple. One. Then two, Mazi, when you are disciplined, that means that you have been able just to put the people's needs above your own needs. In America, there are a lot of things that they do. Whenever they say, oh, you are living for the legacy of the children, for what you are going to be remembered for, and not what your need now. Well, there is a developmental stage in the stage of development of human being. Then you will find out that either around 2 years or 3 years, then you see the children, like when somebody is 2 years, it's all about me. He's mine. That's what the children do. And this is the stage that all the black people have been stuck. They stuck into this stage of development and they did not go above it. So all they do is accumulation, continue accumulation of wealth, and that is what they do. Then you are accumulating and you forget that you're going to die one day. That is the issue. So if they remember that, they are doing this so that they can be remembered for this, I don't think that they will be playing the game that they are playing. So that discipline is something that is extremely important for our people to know. For any freedom fighting, there are stages that they go through. The stage we are now is the same simple stage, is a common stage that all the freedom fighters have gone through. So I don't know why people should be so worried about it. When the rain starts, it is going to stop. When the darkness comes, then the light will come on. So I am urging our people, please speak in there. Do not be, discouraged. Continue speaking there, supporting us in what we are doing because we are winning. That is the reason why we are having this problem now. But I want to bring your attention again to what we said about the politicians, that is especially with the senators. All the senators, what they have been accumulating and how much money the senators are being paid. Now, if you check for the salary of one senator, it can be used to pay the arrears and then, even the salary of a lot of people. Even the children who are going to school, it can be used to pay the teachers. That is the salary of one senator. And again, there is something that I saw in the news today. The news I saw was about the Gowan. It is today that I knew that when Gowan left office, Gowan took half of the treasurer in the central bank to go with him. But the Gowan have come back again in the same zoo. Look at how old he is. Where is that money? So what I am saying is that I'm telling people, there is a difference. We say that the animals are primitive and the animals, they are stupid, they don't understand it. But I am telling you that the animal is saying that it's stupid, it's smarter than you. Because the animal is disciplined. The animal eats what it can eat. It sleeps wherever it sees. Animals do not accumulate. Animal is not so greedy that he has to accumulate all the wealth on earth and deprive other people. So the reason why we are the way we are is because we are so greedy. That is the reason why you go and accumulate all the wealth that you can accumulate. How long are you going to live on this earth? There is an expiration date on you. Whether you like it or not, whether you like it or not, definitely you go to die one day. So what are they praying for? Then now this brings me back again to the Fulanis. Now there is something I read there about the Fulanis. Fulanis of the their empire now is in Niger Republic. That is why the Fulanis are building their empire. The Fulanis of all the West Africa, when you go over there, then they can say, yes, I am from Ghana, or I am from Cameroon, but the nation is I am a Fulani first. And what these Fulanis are doing, they have been building this Fulani nation. And this is what they have been doing. The money they are getting, this is the only opportunity they have in Nigeria now to accumulate all the wealth they can accumulate. That is the reason why they put all the Fulanis in all the strategic areas. And all the money they are getting from the oil, all the money they are getting from the central bank, because if you check the central bank, it is Fulani. You check the MPC, it is Fulani. You check, every part, judiciary, it is Fulani. Everything in Nigeria is Fulani. So now they put themselves in that situation because of the Buhari, and then they have accumulated all the wealth. Because this is the place that they're using, the nation that has been thinking about how they're going to build, and there's an opportunity now. But who are the people that are deprived? You are deprived if you are in the middle belt. You are deprived if you are in Oduduwa. You are deprived if you are Biafra. So why is it that the border in the north is wide open? It is wide open from the Niger, from the Katsina to Borno to all those places are open. So the Fulani migrate anyhow. But when you come to the south, then there is a block the south. That is in Lagos now. You block it. You cannot even cross to the Republic of Benin. Then you come to Cameroon, they block it, and then there is no way you can cross over there. But in the north, they are open. All the things that they are building, look at the things that they are building directly to the north, to Niger. Look at the petrol now. We are importing petrol from Niger. Niger Republic is importing, sending the petrol that they have laid the pipe from the so-called oil delta or far south. They laid the pipe on the ground to Niger, and now they are sending that oil back to us, and then we are buying it again because they say they are importing oil. When did Niger start importing oil, getting oil from the ground? But it is the same thing that the Fulani have done. They have done it, and then they are playing all the indigenous people in that operation called Nigeria. You should understand that Nigeria was the Royal Niger Company before, and then they changed the name to Nigeria. It is still a company of the Fulani, of the British, that are being managed by the Fulanis. So I am urging all the youths in the contraction corner, the youth of Oduduwa, the youth of Biafra, stand up. Nnamdi Kanu have done what he can do. I am telling you. Nnamdi Kanu have opened up your eyes, the youth. Nnamdi Kanu have shown you that this is what he's supposed to do. So I don't know exactly again what you want Nnamdi Kanu to do. So I am so sorry for all the people that are being sabotaged and everything. It is when they have finished the job that we're supposed to do. We have finished our job already because we have aroused the consciousness of the youth. Look at the answers. Look at what is going on. Nigeria is falling. And now we have succeeded and we have finished our job. And that is when people will start coming to shoot themselves on the leg. It doesn't make any sense. So my own issue there is that my brothers and sisters, the youth of Nigeria, remember what we are fighting. Remember the reason why Nnamdi Kanu is here. The reason why Nnamdi Kanu comes out every time to talk is because you are living in the country for more than 60 years. You have never had light. You have never had stable electricity. You don't have good hospital. You don't have good drinking water, ordinary drinking water. You don't have good road. The people, the police that are in every country stay there to make peace. That is the police, what they do. What they are doing now, they come back to be killing you every day. The army, our army is just killing you every day, intimidation. So what good have you had in that country? Somebody was telling me, that we are looking at American election. I said, America, what are you looking at American election? America is a country. America is a country of law. There is no way that America is not going to put the right person in there as the president, because they thought that Trump is going to do like Nigeria do in the election. No, America has done that way. I told them, I said, don't worry. When the time comes to swear in, you're going to swear in the right person. All this thing they're doing is just to confuse you, and then but people know who won. So what I'm saying is that we will continues. We have already finished our job. Biafra is here already. If you don't know it, it means that you are blended. If you are thinking about when you're going to get Biafra, Biafra is here already. Because the youth will have put it in your hand. The touch has been moved to your hand, the youth of Nigeria. If you love the life you live in, if you love the life of subjugation, if you love the life of no electricity, if you love the life of no employment when you finish university, if you do everything that you can do in life that you're supposed to do, they told you, they promise you when you do this thing that your life is going to change. But your life has turned upside down, and then calling you every day the youth of Nigeria. What do you want us to do for you again? What do you want Nnamdi Kanu to do for you? We have done everything we can do. We have turned the we have seen the radio glass for you to listen to the radio and get sense. We have done everything for you. So what you have to do now is that get up there and go out of the street. Don't be intimidated because you have to stand up for your rights. You are asking for what belongs to you. That is all. You are not asking for somebody to be killed. You are not asking for anybody to give you anything for free. It is what belongs to you. It is your country. So get up and take the bull by the horn and do the right thing, because we have done the job and we have finished your job we're supposed to do. We are doing it. We have aroused your consciousness. It is time for you just to go. We cannot, be feeding you. So Mazi, thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Caller on WhatsApp, welcome to the program. Your name and where are you calling from? Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. I can hear you. Good evening from here, Mazi, Johnathan, Chinedu. Good evening.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. It's been a long time. I haven't been on your platform. I greet you. Yes, I greet you. I greet Biafrans all over the world, friends of Biafra, lovers of freedom. I'm Rabbi Charles. I'm calling from my location. I'll greet our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I greet you. There was Mazi, there are a few things that brought me here on air again today. One is I think most of us must have heard that United Kingdom government now has given Nigeria sanction. I heard everything, the debate. I mean, when they were talking about it, but it is not in the area that I expected. It is a sanction, but I needed I expected a very hard sanction to Nigeria, but they gave, to me it's a soft sanction, but it's sanction indeed. And I don't think Nigeria will go and obtain any military arsenal or hardware, any military equipment, telling the world that they're going to fight terrorism while they are using it to kill civilians. So as time progresses, we will see the nature and the level of sanctions they gave Nigeria. It happened today. And also there are things I was looking at online, and some people that have been looking at that, believing that they know what they are saying, all of a sudden began to say something else. Let me say this. I will come again, not tonight, but I just want to briefly say this. When our leader said he needed 100 men, Elohim that spoke to him gave him the description of what he was talking about. And somebody was looking at it saying 100 men, but our people are dying. It is not what you think. See how the foolishness of God is wiser than the high wisdom of man. The foolishness of God is wiser than the greatest wisdom of man. So, if he said that he needed 100 men, those 100 men may not be, I don't think they are those that will be on the ground floor, the level, to contend and to combat. It could be people that will go places. Nigeria is tied in some certain places in the world. They tied Nigeria with a lot of things, with contracts, with bloated and palatable contracts that will make some foreign countries not to, look at the atrocities Nigerians are committing. It takes men to go and untie those things. It takes men to go and engage the people outside Nigeria diplomatically.
It takes men to do that. And that man doesn't mean, I don't think it means gender. It doesn't mean gender. It could be a woman. In the beginning of creation, God called everyone, called Adam and Eve, mankind. But when he began to diversify and to modify what he created, he made a womb man. From womb man, you get a woman, a man with the womb. The difference between a man with beard and a man with the womb is just different functionalities. But the woman you are looking at is a man, but it's a man with the womb that can be able to conceive. So I don't think it is gender. He said 100 men because God's language is different from the language of man. And I want to bring your attention, honorable man of God, I read what you wrote, said this. Remember when God told them to go to AI and conquer AI? The place before AI. So they went there, they did not seek the counsel of God on how to do the job. That was a mistake. And when they got there, they approached them in a way. They told the leader to reduce the men, that it is often people. So when they got there, they slaughtered them and they ran off. So when they came back, they cried to God, Elohim. Elohim said, you should have asked me to give you the map, the format you're going to use to go and hit them. You see, so when Elohim said to them, you know what to do, go back again. Now put people by side, back of the place, let them lay ambush. Then take other men, go forward, go to the gate. Now tease them. When they start coming, keep running. They will think that you are on your heels, that you are running. You are running away from them. So when that drama happened, these men ran off again. The children of Israel ran off. And the people of AI came out and started chasing them. It was recorded that everyone in the city, in that close city, big city that was walled, came out chasing them. So the one that led ambush got inside and set the place, the whole city, set it up with flame. So when they looked back, they saw their house is burning, and they saw people coming behind them, chasing them. So they were set, and that was how God destroyed AI. You see, I want to tell us this. Listen, man of God are listening to me. When God said to them, when he told Moses to go out and take them out, he had planned to give them 40 days journey trip. All of us, most of us have been in that area, took studies about the area. It is possible to move out from Egypt to promised land within 40 days. God saw something they couldn't see or they didn't see. He said these people came out from slavery. Slave mentality has engulfed their minds. They can't reason properly. They have that slave effect on them. That when these people see war, they haven't fought where they were before. If they see war, they will go back and even submit themselves to Pharaoh and Egyptians. So and God said, I will take them to a longer route. And that place, if they had obeyed, they would have arrived on time. But because of this kind of happening, and they out of a study, remember cucumber, onions, garlic. And unfortunately, back in the days, we were not cooking with cucumber and garlic most of the time. If you look at the food we eat in those days. So the very first day I saw cucumber and garlic, no onion, because we cook rice or stew with onions. So the day I saw cucumber and garlic, and I was told by a white man, this is cucumber, this is garlic. I said, what came into my mind as a Bible scholar? I said, the children of Israel must be stupid. Is that what this thing that made them to let them back to slavery? When they were eating manna, they said they were fed up with this manna. They don't like this manna. And God changed our God. People of Guinness, God got angry because they didn't ask him for it. God said that when they had, he rained quails. Many people haven't seen quail. Quail is like little bird. And quail began to fall from the sky. Well, palatable, delicious. And the word recorded that while they had that food in their mouth, God slew them, he killed them because they didn't ask properly. Now, I want to finally conclude with this. When God was leading them out, he came to a rock. He told Moses, speak to the rock to give them water. He didn't tell Moses to strike. Remember, he dropped the rock, that rod, in the palace of Pharaoh, it became snake. He came to the Red Sea and struck the sea with the rod, and the sea parted into two. Okay? Now, when they got into a certain place again, he said to Moses, speak to the rock. He didn't tell him, strike the rock. God has format and principle of operation. If you don't listen carefully, you will miss it. Moses got angry because they pissed him off. He even called them rebels. He said, you rebels, shall I bring forth water for you from the rock? Which he shouldn't say, because Moses wasn't the one giving them water. Elohim was the one giving them the water. But because they pissed Moses off, Moses called them rebels. And God, you shouldn't curse my people. You see how God behaves. He said, Moses, I will take you to the mountain and show you the place, but you will see it with your eyes, but you won't enter there. I'm sorry. Your case is closed. You see, and when Moses struck the rock, the word of God recorded that rock was following them. Christ was in the Old Testament concealed, but revealed in the New Testament. Only those with smart or God-given spirit will see him. In the Old Testament, he was there. He didn't come as the way he came as Jesus the Christ. He had a different name. He told him, tell Pharaoh that, Pharaoh, for you will know that I am Jehovah. He has different names. In a different circumstance, he will give you a different name of the same God. He said, I am Jehovah El Shaddai. I am Jehovah Jireh. I am Jehovah Nissi. I am Jehovah Sikenu. If you bring it in Igbo language, I am Jehovah El Nagoria. I am Jehovah El Nenyanwa. I am Jehovah El Nenyuba. I am Jehovah El Nazoputa. That is Jehovah. These are his names. So now I want to say this to some of us. What you see dramatizing today is, don't be shocked. God knows those that are his. When Gideon took those 300 men, God, after when I spoke in the morning, Elohim came down to me and started telling me, do you know why an additional information I want to give you? Those 300 men, those thousands of men that he sent back, he told Gideon, send them back, tell them to go home. I will not do this job with this multitude that are confused. They only said they were drinking and facing down. They didn't mind about the enemy coming behind them. So while they were facing, they could have looked into the water because it was river. They see the shadow of their enemy standing behind them with rock, with sword, and they could have been taken out. And God said to Gideon, tell them to go back. Don't use them. Now, because those men, we are very mindful of their stomach, what gets inside their stomach, what they will eat, what will benefit them. They care less about the struggle, the fight, the situation they don't care. So he said, send them back. He didn't kill them. Now he said, go with 300 men. I've given you victory. So my brother, if you're listening to me right now, our leader had very clear, and I'm not in doubt. I had somebody, a beloved brother, say, everybody is a suspect, including your leader. Please withdraw the statement. My leader is never a suspect. I will suspect him. Anyone that has given his mother, his father, he didn't give them willingly. He didn't tell them, come to kill my mother, my father, and kill people around me. No. He abandoned a lot of things to obey God to this particular point in time. Why should I think of suspecting
The day I will think that way, I ask Elohim to take me back home. I'm not a man. I will never suspect him. The person that has given what is more precious to you than your family and than your family, your direct family. What is more precious to you than your wife that you marry? If you marry a beautiful, loving wife that keeps home together, and you left them behind like Moses did and went to deliver his people. And I come here to say, everybody, my brother, I know some of emotions, I understand. I love you. I'm not saying, I want to tell her because people heard you say that. I want to speak to people again. I will never, ever, for one day, in 1 second, say, I suspect this or it's not, it's hard for me to say it with my mouth. Because we have an analytical brain. If you see what this man gave for, if you see the danger he put himself into, I saw him in so many places where he was surrounded by people that have sniped him. And even the court of the jail of Wari, he said to him, tell that man is a man. What else you need? No one has think and make just and you need to conclusion. This man can't do this. He said it any day anybody can take. He said any day I contemplate this thing. If I think about it, let Elohim strike them. What else for God's sake? Biafra, I thank you so much for your work. I've been listening to you. Johnathan, it's not the right time for me to call because I will be doing one thing or another. But today I have something I inquire those things. I said, let me come and say hello and to tell Biafrans what is going on. I love you guys today. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Rabbi Charles. Thank you. I think this is where I'm going to wind down. There's this caller that has been calling.
Thank you, brother. I can hear you, my brother. Mazi Johnathan, thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. My name is Mazi Chukwu-Kadibial-Kori, and Chukwu-Kadibial-Kori is from Aro, Okwes, and I'm calling you from United Kingdom. Mazi, I want to thank you very much for your service to Biafrans, and I want to call upon all Biafrans, the real Biafran, if you know that you have God of Biafra in you, know that Biafra is coming, and that we will be free one day. We're going to be free from all this that is happening. Because Satan has come to destroy what we are doing. Satan cannot. Okay. So, I want to say one thing about our senators, Nigerian senators and politicians. I want to call upon the police and the army, all the Nigerian forces, the Nigerian armed forces. You are the problem of Nigeria. It's not the politicians, because the politicians does not carry gun. They are in your front and you're at their back carrying a gun, protecting them. I think if you listen to Johnathan, this radio, which you people believe that you're not listening, but you know that you're listening, you hear what is the salary of that senator that you are protecting, $2.something million a year. $2.something million a year. That money
can build factory that will create hundreds of jobs from where people will pay tax and your children will go to school. That one call. Let me tell you, Nigerian army and Nigerian police. In the United Kingdom where we live, parents are being fined if your child did not go to school. What does that mean? Because government is taking care of their children. No son, no mother, no father pay school fees for his son here, especially when you are in government school. Unless if you want to take your son to a private school, then you can cater for that. So, Nigerian army and police and DSS and whatever you are the one frustrating the people of that country. You are the one, because if you are not protecting all these senators, all these positions, they are nobody. They are nobody. If they are alone, you will see them, they will become ice water. They have just stolen you people's money because of 3 bottles of beer or 20,000 or 15,000. And you are wasting blood for them. They are not the one wasting it. You are the one to suffer for the blood you waste. And you think you're wasting it for a politician. That you are bodyguard. You have become for it. Instead of being a civil servant that you are a bodyguard to a politician. Now, for what is happening, I want to tell our Biafrans one thing. I don't know if I can mention them, but I could not sleep because I was on internet when this thing that happened. They said it was rigged or it was not rigged. It is a plan coup. Because even that they reported from Turkey, tweeted it even before the time that this thing is going to happen. Even we that we are in family members of IPOB did not know about this, but they knows it. So whoever that is that deputy or whatever who knows what he was doing, how come all this code went out and it was leaked and people know it before even we know. Our deputy, our former deputy or whatever, say in a word, where word is listening that Mazi was live. He was praying and he was live. He was saying that maybe Biafra hijacked the story. But the day Mazi said this thing, I was listening to his program. It was people who was telling, messaging Biafra that Radio Biafra is saying another, Radio community is saying another thing. Then went back and the two Radio Biafra said that Radio Biafra was very own program, which is what has been happening for a long time. This community radio came out. And he was annoyed. Who will not be annoyed if I'm there, give my voice as I'm talking. And I was there in the war. We did cassava for soldiers. And I'm still here now. Even if I can carry God now, I will carry it to make sure that Biafra come. Then an Igbo man that took an Igbo woman's breast will come out and lead a family meeting, which means it has been already planned. You have already had it, and you said unless the other community radio is brought down, this one will not go down. Who are you? Who are you? I want our Biafrans to know that for this man to come up on this that Mazi was lying and praying, you are praying and you are lying. They planned it, they want the world to hear so that everybody is taking that, but it has backfired. Now we will open the kind of all that everything. I want to assure you people again that Biafra is here. Don't be afraid. God has ordained Biafra as Biafra is going to come. Our children is going to be free very soon. Our children is going to go to school. Okay, not to Nigeria and not to other places, not to state. They are taking all 5,000 naira school fees. They are sending children home. But in the United Kingdom, if you don't send your child to school, you will be fined 40-something thousand naira, equivalent of 150 pounds, because your child did not go to school. So, my people, jump back up. Forget about what happened. Let them from their radio. It will feel like others that have come. And Chukwuka have made it to be so. And all saboteurs must be fished out so that Biafra will come and it will be what God wanted to be. My Johnathan, thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
No, I'm talking, but this thing was off. I think this is where I'm going to stop taking calls. I'm winding down in everything, as I said before. We must change our attitude and embrace discipline for the progress and advancement of our collectivity, our collective interests. That is it. Otherwise, we continue being under because of the type of characters we possess. We love egoism. Ego, it kills. Discipline is the key. Discipline is the key. I don't want to go into details of many things, but when the time comes anyway, the issue is this is not something extremely what do you call it, unexpected. In a struggle like this, things like this do happen. That is why even second in command, just look at, revolutionists. Thomas Sankara, who killed him, he is his second in command. Let's compare. I used to preach, just like I used to preach all these things. Mostly black people. I don't know why that evil, wicked character. People consider themselves more than the collective interests of others. As I said before, sometimes, not giving into something you truly want is a sign of strength. Do you understand what I mean? It's a direct word and it's an adage. Let me pick this call. Please, caller, I'll give you 2 minutes because I'm at the verge of closing. 2 minutes. If you pass 2 minutes, I cut. Caller on the line, you know where you're coming from. Welcome to the program. You'll be the last caller.
Thank you so much. Good evening to you, Mazi.
Welcome to the
program. The blessing of our Ukikabia will continue to be the strength of the faithful ones in IPOB. My name is Hugo, and I am calling from Enugu Province this evening. Mazi, because alright, let me do that. Can you hear me now, Mazi? Alright. So please, my fellow brothers and sisters, Biafrans all over the world, we must remain resolute. It is very sad indeed because I think our leaders all over, they should recognize the effort of the wicked ones, meaning the zoo and their allies, whose
that is trying their possible best to destroy this wonderful family. The sacrifice which they have done for so many decades of years now to destroy IPOB. Chukwu Kikabiama is protecting us and covering all these things. Nobody should allow it to exist in his sight. This is exactly the little advice I have for everyone. If you are in this family, remember, we are looking up to one person, and that is our leader, who stood firm on the truthful side of what we are doing. He rejects all the material things because of his people. What we are looking for is freedom, and that is exactly what we will get. I am using this opportunity to thank everybody that remains firm. Please, we should remain resolute. Our brothers in diaspora, please, I want to tell you that there is a lot of sacrifice that evil people they did to destroy IPOB, local and internationally. Nobody should allow this to work on his side. That is the reason why you see the problem we are having. But we will continue to pray to Chukwu Kikabiam because victory will be our portion. Mazi, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my brother. You respected the time. I'm going to stop here. And, I don't like discussing personal issues or people, but it's because of the situation. And our deputy resigned. It's up to him. But the excuse he gave, honestly, is a very flimsy excuse. Because when I listen to that, I find it very funny. Honestly. Because what reasonable people should have asked is, why were you locked out? It's a very reasonable question. Why weren't you locked out since and it's now? What happened? When somebody, we are all parents, your child will come and start talking. Hey, and he beat me. And my mate, Chicos here just beat me. And I didn't do him nothing. And they just come and slap me. And they carry chocolate and pour on my head. And this and that. You'll be laughing. It's okay. So you didn't do nothing. You are just innocent and and everything. Because that is what is a child. That is what he will tell you. In order to remove himself, absolve himself of any blame. So, but the parents know. you know that he did something. That's it. It's as simple as that. So he will use a mature parental maturity in order to resolve the problem. Okay, you didn't do anything. Okay, and Chigozie beat you and pour debts on you, everything, and even slap you, and even want to kill you. No, you didn't do anything. No problem. So people that should ask, why is it now that they are being locked out since all this time? What did you do? What led to this? That is where I'm going to leave everybody, please. Because sometimes we need to be reasonable. When somebody wants to do something, he will find one thing or the other. That is, for me, it doesn't make sense anyway. So what I'm saying is, discipline is the key word. If you cannot, for any sake, for anybody, for anything's sake, just the sake of people that have died in this struggle, in this IPOB. I'm not saying about other Biafra movements. IPOB, because there are ways people used to try to remove themselves from, absorb themselves logically. Oh no, is it Biafra? If me getting out of Biafra doesn't mean I get out from. Getting out from IPOB doesn't mean I got out from Biafra struggle. No, you did. Why did you? There were many people that died in this struggle as IPOB. They were not killed as Masop. They were not killed as BIM, but as IPOB. That is why they died. And you have a hand in instigating, pushing them. So you are urinating in their grave, this and that. That is, you know, I love reasonability anyway, because we are not children. We think and we see things. So let us remove pride, ego. Pride, ego. These two things kill. It's in our character, ego character. That is one of the reasons why we politically, when I mean politically, that is collectively, we are at the bottom in Nigeria. Because we cannot organize ourselves. It's a disease. Everybody knows murder. But that time, that disease is broken by IPOB. IPOB is monstrous. People underrate IPOB. Iceland, as of today, we have family in Iceland. Iceland is one of the coldest places in the world. Do you see the memo? That is it. That is who we are. Everywhere in the world we are there. And somebody will, because of one thing or the other, will think that maybe IPOB, I will do this, it can be destroyed by me, or I can do something. Come on. That is your pipe dreaming. We have passed that stage. All these talks will be a few days and that one is gone, finished. We are moving forward, no matter what. No matter what. What you think that is a mistake, you will turn to, God will turn it into right, you know, very heavy rights. Positivity. That is how it is. I urge each and every one of you hearing my voice, be humble, be disciplined. Without discipline, you can never civilize, you can never create a vibrant civilization. It is impossible. The Fulani, they are on top because they are disciplined to their cause. You understand? They are making use of the indiscipline in our midst against each other in order to do what? To cause more division and to do things to their benefit. That is why they, you know, in Castina, you see big buildings there. Who are the owners? Ipob people. You see people invest outside. No matter the clarion call, no, don't invest. Even if you are there, be there with your sense. In Daura, in Zungere, be there with number 6. Be bringing something down. But because of indiscipline, to our collective cause, the Fulani friend will say, now here, give land, take, they build, because they know that anything you build there, you are not carrying it home. You run away, you leave it for them. And you and them, who is wise? Who is the wise person? They are wiser by far than you. They come into your land, you only cattle and their mats. Do you understand? And you go there, you build, you work hard, you know, any day they want, they kill you and take everything. Who is wise? You are the loser. This is what we are trying to correct in IPOB. So that our brain will come back to our senses. Because the people, the so-called people we call elders, are supposed to do this. Since 1970, they pursued their selfish interests. They couldn't care about bringing us together. People that were defeated in a war, it's not the end of the world. But everybody started looking for his own interests and left every one of us to your tent, oh Israel, go on. Anyhow you can survive, go. Do you see how I say that we are primitive? I'm saying it is truth. We are primitive. Once you cannot be able to organize yourself, until now, that is now IPOB have shown that, you know, they say ways by excellence. It's not anyhow king. We get leader. We love leader. We love our leader that you know, even ready to give our lives for our leader. Only if he is obedient to us, if he is leading, because for you to lead, you must know the road. Do you think it's everybody that can enter into Kuje prison and come out and become the same person, talking the same thing? Do you think it's everybody? Watch them now. Many of them look at Asari Dokubo went there and come back and start talking another thing, become pipeline guard, defending it, $10 million every year, and he's happy. They dig a pipeline from his house to Niger. He is guiding it. He went to jail, the same prison he went, and something happened there. Both cash, spiritual, physical, and things change. It was wicked, something he went there and become moribund. It's the same thing. But somebody went there and came back and even become more vehement. And you don't respect him. You don't respect him. Come on, man. Let us stop this our Igbo-ishness. It's disgusting, honestly. Thank you very much for hearing my voice, for listening to my voice today. And my colleague didn't come in time. He inboxed me that he was late. So tomorrow is another thing. I urge you to continue listening to Radio Biafra, because this is where you hear the truth. We don't pity ourselves. Because we are, what are we pity? The environment didn't pity us. Why should we pity ourselves? The disrespect is too much. And there's something I will say, you know, I think one of our brothers said the military is the cause of the cause, not the politician. The cause of the quagmire, the excesses of the Nigerian politicians. I leave the blame on the people. You know, Nigerians have not attained the level of enlightenment necessary to start and sustain a revolution. They never, intellectually, they are not viable for that. If Nigerian youths attain that level of intellectualism, I'm telling you, before God and man, they will rise up. Military is nothing. How many are the military? How many people they can kill? How many people they can kill? How many are the military? You don't see what happened in EDSAS? Spontaneously, if it is happening everywhere, every state, let me call middle belt and southern part of Nigeria, tell me, they will be overwhelmed. No, look at police. They are telling the police to even start work. They are afraid. You are telling me military. Who are the military? How many are there? Military that have been decimated by Boko Haram. Or the people go enter. Is it because we don't want? We know that many of the military, they enter military just to go and steal, go and do armed robbery. We know that. They carry the uniform. If they corner you, they carry everything you have. They can even kill you. That is Nigerian military for you. It's not there. They are not there to do any other thing. So if the people, the population, have not attained that level of enlightenment that they will come out and say enough is enough. It happened in Europe, every part of the world, developed world, I should say. And people say enough is enough. They had military. French revolutions, don't you think that the king or the queen, they didn't have a military, they have everything. But when they were overwhelmed by the people have power, but they don't know they don't recognize, they don't even understand the power they have. how can military curtail, how many are there? 300,000. When it is happening in Imo, everywhere in Imo, the politicians are, how many military are there in Imo? It will be happening in Biafra, in Lagos, Lagos 20-something million. People will rise up everywhere. The military will disappear. How many were they going to kill? How many? How many? They will disappear. As is every state, every part of Nigeria, call it middle belt and southern part of Nigeria. The military will be overwhelmed. They will disappear, and people will take over what belongs to them. People will go to every government house, every governor's house, and take everything there. Now you see, natural leaders will come out. It will be rough, but after everything will cool down. Asorok will be visited by the people. They will know, this is Asorok. People will enter there. You never see the flood of revolution. I've seen it. That is, I don't. The military, they are there because all these politicians, they give the military to protecting them. All this money they are stealing, they give the military. They steal their own. All of this stealing, looting spree they are doing in Nigeria. So, but the population don't understand the power they have. That is what is giving the energy, supply the energy to all these politicians. And we say the military. The military, how many are there? If people rose up spontaneously, come on. When they have power, it's only happening in Imo State, for example. People rise up in Imo State, they will take the whole military, go and overwhelm the population in Imo State and quell it. It's only happening in Lagos. They will take the whole military in Nigeria, go to Lagos to quell them. But when it's happening everywhere, people rose up everywhere. Who are the military? You will see it will be happening. What even people now will go to the studio, channels television, the protesters, they will not touch them. Journalists, they will just go to the studio, be announcing, okay, we are receiving news now. The governor of the River State have been captured alive. Please don't kill him. You will see it in national TV. It's what I witnessed. Oh, please, you people should not kill him. We need to interview him to get information. It will be broadcasting. The revolution will be going everywhere. Okay, we are receiving information that Tinubu now has been killed. Oh, okay. The governor of Imo State have been beheaded. Oh, why? You shouldn't have beheaded him. We are receiving news that we saw Baja Biamila. He want to cross to Benin Republic in woman uniform. Woman attire, and he was caught. That is what revolution. That is what you'll be hearing. Now you see that you now start. You see that people has power. It will be rough for just few days after everything. People will organize and police themselves. There you start seeing the real community policing. People will now start organizing until everything cools down. Now you see new set of youths rise up naturally. Now we start discussing this in Nigeria. They start discussion on how are we going to be? Do we continue in this mess called Nigeria, or do we go our ways? That is serious business we start. That is the truth about it. I'm going to stop here, please. From me, Mazi Johnathan Chinedu. From here, it is simply